Our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lisi. Day 2, men's NCAA tournament. First round, San Diego State looking to hang on against UAB, up 68-65, 3 seconds left in regulation. Defending national champion, top overall seed on the men's side, Connecticut up big on Stetson, 41-10 first half. Marquette leading Western Kentucky, 80-67, just under 3 minutes to go in regulation. Clemson leading New Mexico, 36-23 first half. Finals, Northwestern got 27 from Ryan Langborg, 12 in overtime. Wildcats, 77-65 OT victory over Florida Atlantic. Baylor routed Colgate, 92-67. Yet another early exit in the tournament by Kentucky, leaving Coach John Calipari wondering if he should change his approach to constructing his roster. ESPN college basketball analyst Jay Billis.
I get what Cal is saying, but he's going to continue to recruit the best talent, whether they're 18, 19, 24, 27, it doesn't matter.
Jay Billis, women's first round, number 1 overall seed. South Carolina rolled past Presbyterian 91-39 and will play North Carolina in round 2.
Hey, it's your resident Super Bowl champ, Chris Candy, coming up Monday. As we get closer to the end of the NBA regular season, I'll tell you which team is running out of time to get things turned around. It's Unsportsmanlike, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge Studios.
Let's ride!
And off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. It's AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt.
This is Shaq O'Neal, and I hate Matt.
Paul O'Neal.
They're chanting Paul O'Neal's name.
Sue. And Mr. Toby Tom Plate. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there. Make it a good one. Fantastic news. The Riot Radio Hours, after about a month hiatus, return. Theriot will be here 1 hour from right now. LSU sprinter Alia Armstrong, bottom of this hour. The madness continues. We got a ton of baseball to talk about, but let's not waste any time. Let's get going.
It's time to pop the top on another edition of AFR with Bud Light. Drink easy.
As they say, the best laid plans of mice and men often go awry. And on Sunday, Selection Sunday, when we saw the brackets popping up and all the potential opponents, there was a lot of chuckling. Of course, Haley Van Lith sitting next to Kim Mulkey when we learned that her former team, Louisville, was coming to the Maravich Center. And that meant a possible second-round matchup between LSU and Louisville should both teams advance. And I say that with all hesitance and all of the hypotheticals there, with all the trepidation, because it will not be LSU and Louisville. There will not be Haley Van Lith against her former team, because Middle Tennessee has upset the 6th seed Louisville in the first game in Baton Rouge today. That just going final minutes ago. LSU and Rice were slated to tip off right now at 3 o'clock. Obviously, with this game going a bit long, LSU and Rice will be delayed a bit, but if LSU advances, they will play Middle Tennessee on Sunday and not Louisville. So the path for LSU just became a smidge easier, as if LSU beats Rice, which we're all assuming they'll do as a nearly 30-point favorite, they'll take on the 11 seed Middle Tennessee instead of the 6 seed Louisville on Sunday. So we'll keep an eye whenever they tip it off with LSU and Rice here in the coming minutes. All right, it's after further review, and we're glad to have you aboard with us here. Speaking of basketball, of course, March Madness is going on, but with all that last night, that's not what I was watching. I was watching the Pelicans. Unfortunately, I was watching the Pelicans. And unfortunately, we spent a chunk of hour 3 yesterday talking to our buddy Andrew Lopez and opining as to whether or not the Pelicans could actually be legitimate championship contenders. They went into last night's game against Orlando, winners of 8 of their last 10, and they weren't just winning, they were trucking people. I actually also had an email in my inbox this morning. How's this for just absolute brutal timing? I had an email in my inbox which said that the New Orleans Pelicans are actually the healthiest team in the NBA this season. And last night, Brandon Ingram goes down with a knee injury. Here was Willie Green after the game on BI's injury.
It's extremely difficult to see him go down. Our prayers will be going up tonight, and hopefully we get some good news back.
So they had an MRI, and if you saw it, it looked bad. It looked like what you would fear it would look like when you see a knee buckle on a professional athlete, certainly a guy of his size. But the really good news is that the MRI came back, and it is not the dreaded 3 letters that we all would have feared whenever you saw the injury and Brandon Ingram being helped off the court. It is a bone bruise in his left knee that will sideline him for at least 2 weeks, and it was a hyperextension, is what they're saying. So it was scary. Look, if you watched it, Paul just pulled up the clip. If you're watching along with us, I mean, BI clutching his knee, laying on the ground, was horrifying when you consider all of the expectation with this team right now. And you saw when he planted that left leg and when it bent inward, bent the way a leg shouldn't bend, and then he's pounding the ground. I mean, your heart just drops. If you were watching the game last night, we all had the same reaction. And if you've seen the clip now, you've seen it. He was going toward the basket on the right side of the lane. He plants his left foot, and it bent in, essentially. He hyperextended, like his knee bent back. So the great news is hyperextension, bone bruise, out for 2 weeks, at least 2 weeks. So when you look at the remainder of the regular season, and we'll talk about this game here in a second and what's ahead, but when you look at the remainder of the regular season for New Orleans, it's plausible that BI is done for the rest of the regular season. Maybe you try to get him in a couple of weeks to stretch his legs out, no pun intended, but literally to get out there and run the floor a bit. But the final regular season game is Sunday, April the 14th. So you're talking about, let me pull up my calendar here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3 weeks from Sunday. So maybe in those final couple of games, maybe the regular season finale, because, I mean, look, you had a 4-game road swing before the regular season finale at home against the Lakers. I mean, you're at Phoenix, Portland, Sacramento, Golden State. So it's a West Coast road swing, and then you come home for the regular season finale April 14th against the Lakers. Do you really want to fly BI out to the West Coast for that 4-game road swing, or do you leave him here to recover and then maybe get him out there against the Lakers? We'll see what they elect to do. But tonight is the second of a back-to-back down in Miami against the Heat. And then they hop a plane and go Sunday to Detroit to take on the Pistons. But BI will be out for at least a couple of weeks now, and we'll see what they do without their superstar player. Real quick, the BI news, of course, is going to lead. Here was Willie Green on the loss itself last night.
They were more mentally tougher than we were, and they were more disciplined tonight. And so, the beauty in the NBA is you get to do it again tomorrow against another tough opponent. So we got to correct some of the issues that it's self-inflicted. The turnovers, not boxing out. It
was a second quarter where Orlando got going. They outscored you by 14 in the second quarter. You went to the break down 9, and you just didn't get off the mat. They burned you in the third quarter. And at that point, it was playing out the string. So he's right. Second of a back-to-back tonight. But you play last night. You travel to Miami, short flight from Orlando to Miami, and then you get back out there and play today, but you can play without BI. The last time these two teams played, though, Miami and New Orleans, it got a little heated, no pun intended, with the Miami Heat. Here was Willie Green on the matchup of the two teams.
I'm sure both teams will be excited to play the game for sure. No one's forgot what happened. But for us, it's about winning the game in between the lines. It's not all of the other stuff. It's being physical in the right way, executing in the right way, being disciplined in the right way, and trying to do what we can to win the game.
7 o'clock tip tonight. Miami is a 3.5-point home favorite in this ball game against New Orleans. So, look, they played once this year. The Heat won it in New Orleans, 106-95. That was back at the end of February. So we'll see if the Pels can bounce back after a disappointing loss last night. Maybe the thing is, the last two times that teams, really the narrative has started to build around the Pelicans and talk has started to build around the Pelicans. They've laid an egg. A couple of weeks ago, it was at home against Cleveland. And then, or I should say last week, it was at home against Cleveland. And after you start to get rolling again, you win 3 straight in emphatic fashion. You get people talking about you, go down to Orlando, and you lay an egg against the Magic. Well, second of a back-to-back tonight with the Heat. Let's see if the Pels can go get back on the winning track. Okay, it's After Further Review. Our show open is brought to you by Bud Light. Drink easy in Louisiana every single day with the great taste of Bud Light. We love to open our show every day and tell you about Bud Light. Of course, we've got the limited edition National Championship Women's Basketball bottle on set with us here every single day as the defending champs are about to tip off their title defense against Rice. If you're going to be at the Maravich Center or watching at home or any sports bar, make sure you got plenty of ice-cold Bud Light, the official beer of the LSU Tigers and the official beer of AFR. And I love telling you about our friends over at Mockler, a great local distributor for Anheuser-Busch, which has been servicing our community for 4 decades. Of course, they've got their Homa location as well. They just bought Southwest Bev over in Lake Charles, where we were a couple of weeks back, and it's so great to see them continue to expand the footprint all over the southern part of our state. Drink easy with the champs and our great friends, great Louisiana business owners of the Mocklers and Mockler Beverage. Drink easy with the champs with the official beer of AFR, Bud Light. Okay, it's After Further Review. We'll knock out a quick break, come back. Again, LSU sprinter Alia Armstrong, newest member of the G team. She'll be with us in about 15 minutes. Theriot to start hour number 2. Yes, the Riot Radio hours return. Excited for that. It's been about a month since Theriot and I did radio together for a lot of different reasons. But, me being in New York, and then the weekend, the Friday that I was in Lake Charles, he's at baseball with Houston. So it'll be great to have Theriot back in here to sort of reunite the Riot Radio hours. That's coming up here in about 48 minutes. Well, now I got a break. Stay here. It's AFR.
AFR.
Brought to you by Darren James and Associates, brokered by LPT Realty. Remember, if you're thinking about selling your home, why in the world would you call anyone other than the realtor that sells more homes than anyone? That's Darren James. On the Wall Street Journal's Real Trends list of the top 1% of realtors in America, he was number 54 in the country. Let me say that again slowly. Number 54 in America. Why would you call anyone else? And there's great news. I was talking to Darren yesterday. We were literally talking last night. And he said, man, the market is really starting to bounce back. We saw interest rates tick down. I think people have come to accept that interest rates are a little bit higher. Might see another dip before the election coming up in November, but the bottom line is we're starting to see inventory come back as well. So it is a great time as the home market in the past 2 to 3 weeks in the greater Baton Rouge area has started to surge again. Do not miss this opportunity. If you're thinking about selling your home, call Darren James, 335-7666 or agent225.com.
Think real estate, think Darren James.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is taking $22,500 off the new 23 Ram 1500 SCA truck. We're open for business in our beautiful new showroom and taking $22,500 off the new Ram 1500 truck. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial properties. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood Subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company located in Gonzales, Louisiana. The local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today to answer all of your questions on your metal buildings, roofing and sheet metal, and any other steel needs you or your business need at 225-647-2020.
At Relief Windows, we're more than windows. We're windows, doors, hardy plank, and vinyl siding. But our number one product is always customer satisfaction.
Failure happens to us all. After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
All right, glad you're rolling along with us here on a Friday edition of AFR. Theriot in 45 minutes from right now. They are underway over at the Maravich Center. LSU with an early 2-0 lead over Rice. They're a minute into the game right now as LSU, the 3 seed, big 3 ball there for the Tigers. I think that was Flauget. I'm not positive. 5-0 for, it was Flauget. 5-0 for LSU as the game's about 90 seconds old there with LSU and Rice. I want to get to some Saints receiver. Saints lost another receiver today in free agency. We'll get to that here in a second. I did want to give a hat tip to our entire group here at Guarantee Media. Today was the Louisiana Association of Broadcasters annual Prestige Awards gala over in Baton Rouge at the Marriott. And our radio group won 9 awards today at the LAB Awards show. That is a record for a radio group in one year, in one awards year. And our station here, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge, took home 5 of the 9 awards that our group won. So major congrats to Eagle 98.1, our sister station, which won a large market station of the year, which is incredible. Brian Haldane won best election coverage for Talk 107.3. Our sister station, Bo Wegman, our engineer, won a best of the best award for the best engineer in the state of Louisiana. Our whole group won an award for our work with Dreams Come True of Louisiana, which of course is our philanthropic endeavor that we do every year. And of course, Monday is the Dreams Come True Louisiana Golf Tournament, which grants dreams for children with life-threatening or terminal illnesses. So we're so fortunate to have this kind of success. But so much of it is rooted in all of you listening and or watching, however you may be. So we had a phenomenal day. Congrats to T-Bob Abear. Paul, can you please take this down for a second? Can you please? Thank you. I wanted to pull up the individual graphics. I don't know if you have them handy, but if not, I can. Congrats to T-Bob Abear, which won. T-Bob won for Young Professional of the Year. That's a Best of the Best award, and that's they're all very difficult to win and very competitive. But Young Professional of the Year is for radio professionals 35 or younger. T-Bob won Young Professional of the Year this year. After further review, I'm sorry, I'm trying to swipe all these, but as we go along, I'll just leave it like that. After further review, won Best Sports Show in the state. That's the seventh time we've won Best Sports Show. So sincere thanks to everyone who continues to listen. Congrats to Paul O'Neill, his first LAB.
Chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
This is the first year ever that the Louisiana Association of Broadcasters has honored producers. So it was for the best producer in the state. And Paulie very deservedly won Best Producer. Congrats, Paulie. Anything you like? Yeah, well, let's give Paul a round of applause there. There we go.
Very, very honored.
Would you like to give a victory speech since there weren't really speeches at the ceremony?
No, I'm good.
Okay, I thought so. Actually, if they wanted the event to go along like quickly, which they did this year, they could have let Paul or like the producer speak, like give a speech, because it would have been the shortest speeches in the history of ever.
Thanks.
That would have been about it. Paul, you want to say something? I'm good. But congrats to Paulie for Producer of the Year. T-Bob and I won for Whiskey and Wine for Best Use of Digital Media. This is the second consecutive year we've won this award. And it was probably the funniest moment of the entire day because when we go to this, essentially there's a sizzle reel that's about 15 seconds or so that plays when they announce the winner. So if you're nominated, you have to submit a sizzle reel in case you win so they could play it. Well, they muted the sizzle reel. So Polly Johnson, who's the head of the Louisiana Association of Broadcasters, as T-Bob and I are walking up, she blurts out, I made him turn the audio off because we could probably post the video somewhere, but it's what you would think if you're a Whiskey and Wine fan, and they didn't want that playing. And Polly told me afterwards they were anticipating the governor and first lady of the state to be there today. The governor couldn't make it, so he ended up sending a recorded message congratulating everybody. But they didn't think it would be appropriate to have the Whiskey and Wine video playing during the LAB Awards show. So Whiskey and Wine won for Best Use of Digital Media. And then maybe the showstopper. How about it, Muse?
How about it,
Muse?
Man.
Every now and again, your boy gets a wild hair. And every now and again, my ideas are gold. Every now and again,
every now and then.
So
a random day in October, huh?
Was that when it was?
We're pretty sure, yeah.
We won for Promotion of the Year. Please tell me you have the music. Oh,
man.
That's why you'll never win Producer of the Year. That's why Paul will win Producer, and you will never win Best Producer. You've got to be able to get me the music.
I'm getting it.
The Bachelor won for Promotion of the Year. The stupid thing we did with sending Muse to the Aqua concert, and we had young ladies apply to go on the blind date with Muse, and everything that happened, that won radio promotion of the year in the state of Louisiana.
That's what you call an award-winning first date, Matt. It's an award-winning first date.
Yeah. How did it go, Muse?
The date went fine. Everything after that,
I get asked about it a lot. Hey, what's going on with Muse and the girl from The Bachelor? I mean, do you want to get now that you've won an LAB?
How about that
for this? Would you like to give an update?
I mean, there's really no update to give. I mean, there's nothing there.
Just never a second date.
Yeah, we kind of just stopped talking. I mean, to be honest with you.
Well,
but
why didn't you reach out?
I don't know, man. In the holidays, everything got really cramped at the end of the year.
Well, what's your excuse now?
You want me to send her a picture of the award?
Yes!
All right.
Oh, my God!
We'll do that.
Were there any sparks at all? Was there any
I don't know
interest?
what you mean by sparks. I mean, yeah, of course there was interest.
You know what I mean by sparks. Muse, did you get the butterflies? Did you think this could be something I like? I could want to go out with her again. I mean, that's what I mean.
Yeah, we were supposed to go out again, and then we just stopped talking. I don't know what to tell you about that. That's how it happened. We'll send her the award. We'll see what that does.
The blossoming romance seemed to be growing. And then Muse decided, I'm going to go full Muse mode and just
What is
get
that
high
supposed to mean?
Would you just listen? Just get high and never call her again.
It's not what happened.
As the young lady patiently waited by her phone day after day, night after night, yet nary a call or text came from Muse.
Wild.
Until one fateful day, when the 2024 Prestige Awards took place and The Bachelor became an award-winning promotion, and our young love was ignited again. Come back next year for Season 2 of The Bachelor, when Muse goes on a second date, and then we'll proceed to never call her again. The Bachelor.
How did that win an award?
Because it was awesome.
I just think of, you know what I think of? I think of the people, the committees, right, that judge these things.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, keep in mind, you've got radio, because it's radio and TV, right? So there's radio category, and so radio promotion of the year, TV promotion of the year. So it's stations all over the state, right? Every market in the state. And you have all of these submissions. And these people are sitting there just going through mountains of submissions of tape and video and papers and all the stuff that goes along with a submission, and probably just I don't want to say bored out of their mind. That's not the way to say it. But like, it's a tedious process. Like, I wouldn't want to judge all this stuff. That's a lot. That would be a lot. Think about that.
She said 300 entries this year, I think.
300 entries across the categories. I mean, that's insane, right? So, okay. And then all of a sudden, here comes this dude that goes on a blind date to an Aqua concert, and they get him flowers for the girl, and all the different, like, shout out to Michelle Southern, who got the ticket. They got the table for you, like the VIP thing. You know, we get the ride from 7-3 Distilling, who drove y'all down there. Shout out to Haspel.
I'm wearing Haspel right now.
Oh,
actually.
are you
yeah,
really?
This is Haspel.
Is that the only thing? Is that the only nice thing you own?
No.
Gotta be.
No, I own a lot of nice things.
I don't think
I can clean up, bro.
I don't think so.
I can. Yeah, no, I can. It happens multiple times.
I see you every day. I see you every day.
That's different.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it, Paulie?
No. I see Musa as a hat and T-shirt kind of guy.
Yeah, every day. I've seen you at the LAB before. We go to the award show. Every year we go.
Yeah.
You never clean up nicely.
That's not true at all.
Paulie, does he clean up nicely?
Nah.
No, I didn't think so. See? And that is why Paul will always win producer.
Back to back next year.
Paul's starting a dynasty. The Bachelor. Did you know that you didn't know you'd been nominated?
I did, because I had to be in the submission video too.
That's
so
right.
I knew.
Oh, that's right.
I
You
knew.
didn't know you were nominated, but you didn't know you won.
I did not know that I won. I mean, well, like you said, when you're judging all these things and that pops, I mean, that's obviously going to be memorable. So I knew there was probably a good chance that it could win, but
never know,
I did not know that it won.
It's not easy to win those things, man.
No.
We're fortunate. We've done well, and a big part of it is we're local, and we got great management that allows us to do a lot of fun stuff like The Bachelor and all this sort of stuff, and have a big, beautiful studio like this and do all the stuff. So if we didn't have the studio, Paul wouldn't even work here, right? Paul, you wouldn't work here if we didn't have the studio.
I wouldn't work in this current role. I would hope I would still be working here.
Well, you came after we had built the studio,
Well,
right?
yes, that's true. Yeah.
Because I mean, I had old Tony from Dutchtown in that chair.
Hey.
And that is why I refuse to ever let you leave, Paul. You can never. Paul, you can never leave.
Never?
Do you understand me? You are not allowed to leave ever. When I leave, then you can leave.
Can I go home and come back?
No, that's fine. I just mean you can't stop working here ever. I will not allow it ever. We'll chain you to. I will find you. If you try to leave, I will hunt you down. We'll take you down to Chinatown. Got him. I knew I'd get him on that one. You're welcome, Hughes. Okay, but congrats to both of you and everybody. It was a great day over at LAB. So just wanted to take a quick second and throw some bouquets to our team. 9. That's a record for a radio group in one LAB award ceremony. In 1 year, I should say. 9 LABs, including Eagle 98.1, which won Station of the Year. They're awesome. So shout out, hat tip to Michelle Southern, who's a rock star. We appreciate her. Okay, it's after further review. I'd intended to do the Saints receiver segment there, but we got Alia Armstrong coming, member of the G team, and I just had to talk about Muse. And so the Bachelor Part 2 next year?
I mean, are we starting a dynasty with that as well?
We got to.
I mean, look, as long as I'm single, I mean, why the hell not?
We got to graduate the bit. You know what I mean? Whatever's next. We got to, shoot her a picture of the award.
I already did.
You did?
I did that earlier, but yeah.
So when was the last time you communicated with
I
this
don't
girl?
remember. I don't know, Matt.
Ballpark it, Muse. I need to go to break. Just ballpark it.
3 months.
3 months.
3 months.
Okay. So you've not communicated with this human in 3 months, and then you send her a picture of an award.
Why not?
It's no wonder why he's single. It's after further review.
AFR.
We're brought to you by Action Industries. There's a baseball game tonight over at the Box, and I'll tell you what, when LSU starts roughing up those Gators, and old Sully, Kevin O'Sullivan, takes that walk of shame out to the mound to visit with his struggling pitcher. You know what that mound visit's presented by? Action Industries. Action Industries has been servicing the petrochemical and refinery markets in Louisiana for more than 40 years, since 1982, quite literally the year that I was born. Action Industries is as old as I am, and I'm bald, but they look way better at 42 than I do. Hey, remember, if you need fabrication shop services, Action Industries does that. Yes, they can do contractor work within the plant, but they also do fabrication shop services. If it's pipe, structural steel, or pressure vessels. Not everyone does pressure vessels. And they also fabricate in separate shops, alloy and carbon steel. The two sections are segregated. It's Action Industries. They're just the best. Great people to work with. Check them out. It's Action Industries.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
It's the details that make the difference between good enough and simply the best. At Skag Power Equipment, the difference is in designing lawnmowers with your convenience and comfort in mind. At Skag, we believe that quality and substance matter, and that you'll appreciate the attention to detail and craftsmanship we put into every single product. Thick steel and heavy-duty components provide you with unmatched reliability and performance. Skag, simply the best.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
At Relief Windows, we're more than windows. We're windows, doors, hardy plank, and vinyl siding. But our #1 product is always.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
I'm an idiot. Goofed. Alia Armstrong, 4:30, not 3:30. She's an hour from now. So I had it on my calendar at 4:30. I wrote it on the rundown at 3:30. My bad. Sorry about that. So we'll talk to her next hour. Remember the G team, LSU sprinter. She's the one with all the bedazzled jewels and everything when she sprints. Have you seen the like she's got it on her like her eyebrows and everything all over the place.
I've seen it.
I hope she comes in iced out.
It's a lot of edge.
And look, Theriot's going to be here as well. We're going to have fun.
Yeah,
I'm
it's gonna be
looking
good.
forward to that. And Theriot thinks he's fast too. So, we'll go back and forth. That'll be a lot of fun. All right, it's After Further Review. We're glad you're with us here. Theriot, in 26 minutes, his triumphant return to After Further Review. The Eagles signed another player from the Saints practice squad, joining second-year wide receiver Shaq Davis. A defensive tackle, P.J. Mustipher, was not retained with the Saints, signed most of their practice squad to the future reserve contract, so he's now going to Philly. But really what I wanted to talk about was the Shaq Davis component of this, because we spoke about Odell on Thursday. And the reason we talked a little bit about Odell was Bill Barnwell at ESPN has a piece up with the best remaining free agents in the best landing spot, and he listed the Saints as the best landing spot for Odell Beckham. And I gave all the reasons why I thought that may not be the best idea. I think the sentimentality of it makes sense. I think the fact that you wouldn't be asking Odell to come in as a number one. I mean, you would legitimately be looking at him as at best a number 3 behind Olave and Rashid Shaheed. So with that in mind, just look at the production you got from your number 3 receiver a year ago, which was Michael Thomas, who gave you 39 catches for 448 and a score. Like, that would be respectable from a number 3. Now, Thomas missed a bunch of the season. But anyway, the reason I want to talk about, because Shaq Davis is a guy who last year in the preseason turned a lot of heads. Remember, he was the guy from South Carolina State, the big 6'5", 215-pound receiver who really made a strong impression in the preseason, was cut and then spent the season on the practice squad. But as you start to look at the Saints receiver room, it becomes more and more, it is becoming more and more apparent that receiver isn't a want or a need. Receiver is a must for New Orleans. And they got a lot of these right now. I mean, this is a team that we all know has their issues and struggles, and they got a lot of issues. The offensive line's an issue. You got to get more productive at you're running the football. If that means better line, makes your backs more productive, or you need more backs, I don't know. You got to get younger on defense. There's a lot of things, right? We all know. But just look at the numbers, right? In a given year, when you come out of fall camp or out of training camp, you're going to keep 5 or 6 receivers. You'll keep a 6th receiver if that receiver is someone that's going to help you on special teams. Like you see that with a guy like J.T. Gray. Yes, J.T. Gray is a safety, but J.T. Gray is making the team, will make the team every year because he's an all-pro special teamer. So if you need help at safety, there's an injury, you need someone in a bind, he'll go play there. But really, his role on the team is he's going to be on every single special teams unit. So yes, you're keeping an extra safety because he's listed as a safety, but he really made the team as a special teamer. Courtney Roby is probably the best example of that in recent Saints history. Courtney Roby was a receiver, but he played on every special teams unit. He returned kicks and returned punts. He was your gunner. So you kept a 6th receiver, but really it was just an extra special teamer. So just follow that along with me, right? Assume you're going to keep 5 receivers on this team. Well, like Chris Olave and Rashid Shaheed are obvious, right? Chris Olave, Rashid Shaheed, they're done. They're making the team. We all know that. When you look at receivers that caught a pass for you a year ago, I'm not talking about pass catchers. I'm not talking about Alvin Kamara or Juwan Johnson or Foster Moreau. I'm not talking about guys or Taysom Hill. I'm not talking about guys that caught a pass. I'm talking about wide receivers. Like that is your listed position as wide receiver. You had 6 that caught a pass for you a year ago. Olave, Shaheed, Michael Thomas, A.T. Perry, Lynn Bowden, and Keith Kirkwood. That's it. That's the list. Those are the 6 that caught a pass for you a year ago. Olave, Shaheed, A.T. Perry are all back. Michael Thomas, we know, has been cut. Lynn Bowden and Keith Kirkwood are both free agents. So half of the list are not with you. Now, you could go sign Lynn Bowden again. You could bring Keith Kirkwood back again or not. And you already added Cedric Wilson and Stanley Morgan in free agency. So if you think about it, under contract, You've got Olave, Shaheed, A.T. Perry, Cedric Wilson, Stanley Morgan. You've got 5 under contract. You are absolutely going to camp with more than 5 wide receivers. Like, you're going to double that number for training camp. So, and maybe Lynn Bowden and Keith Kirk will be part of that. But really what I'm looking for here is who's going to be my number 3? Like, I am confident in Chris Olave and Rashid Shaheed. You all should be. We all should be. Olave has been one of the great young wide receivers. He had 1,100 yards a season ago. Shaheed, 46 catches for 719 and 5 scores. Like, those two you should be very excited about. Young, talented receivers. Are you convinced A.T. Perry makes the team? I hope he does. Talked about him when he signed. When they drafted him, I was pumped about it. He was a massively productive guy at Wake Forest who had the knock on him with some drops, and there was some off-the-field stuff that maybe caused him to drop, but it felt like a steal where you got A.T. Perry in round 6. Like, are you convinced Cedric Wilson's making this team? I mean, I would have been convinced a year ago that Jalen Smith was making the team. When the Saints signed Jalen Smith, the linebacker, the former Cowboys linebacker, who Notre Dame, we all know his story, would have been a top 10 pick, had the devastating injury in the Fiesta Bowl, went to start around 2, basically sat out his entire rookie year, was a good player with the Cowboys. Like, I would have been convinced Jalen Smith was making the team. Didn't. So we can assume Cedric Wilson makes the team. I don't think that's any guarantee. And Stanley Morgan feels like one of the camp bodies. Another Lynn Bowden, Keith Kirkwood, a guy who maybe could make the team, could be active for you, but I think that's a long shot. It feels like a long shot anyway. So just from a number standpoint, like, you are going to add Olave, Shaheed, Perry, Wilson, Morgan. That's 5. You're probably going to go to camp with 5 more receivers. And maybe some of them are undrafted free agents that you sign to bring in as for a workout. Or you go into free agency and add another veteran in free agency. Or maybe you use one of your top draft picks on a receiver. Now, the big question is, would you take a receiver at 14? And I would say my asterisk would be, now Marvin Harrison, Malik Neighbors, we don't assume are going to be there. Rome Odunze is the next guy on everybody's board. If one of those 3 guys is there at 14, then I could accept that because of the value. In the same way that if Brock Bowers is there at 14, you take him. Yes, you have Juwan Johnson, you have Foster Moreau, but it's this generational talent at that position, and he's available for you at 14 when everyone has a top 10 grade on him. Yes, you take him. It's the same concept of when they took Ryan Ramczyk. The Saints didn't need an offensive tackle. Teron Armstead was your left tackle. Zach Strief was your right tackle. You were solidified there. You had the pick at 32. That was the pick you got when you traded Brandon Cooks to the Patriots. And they took Ramczyk. Well, they took Ramczyk because they thought he was the best left tackle in the draft, and he was sitting there at 32. They're like, of course we're taking this guy. And he became a cornerstone of your offensive line since 2017. Now, we all know the story of injuries and whatnot may shorten his career. We'll see. But the point is, sometimes there's so much value, you absolutely take the player if there's value. And that's what I would say with receiver at 14. But what I'm coming around to more and more is not receiver at 14, because I think you have to go offensive tackle because you have such a gigantic need on the offensive line. I've told you before, Olu Fashanu is my dream scenario, the offensive tackle out of Penn State. Like, you can get your franchise left tackle at 14 potentially. If he's there, take him. But even if it's not Fashanu, you're going to have great value on the offensive line at 14. But your second-round pick, because this is such a deep receiver draft, somebody is going to be there for you that you can take. And yes, it means you're going to have another young receiver in the room, and you've already got 2 good young receivers, but you got to have another person in that room you can count on that's going to replace Michael Thomas's production. And do you really want to go the veteran free agent route? Do you want to go Odell? Do you want to go Hunter Renfrow? Yeah, I would have told you I'd have been excited about Shaq Davis, but he's obviously now been signed by the Eagles. I'm more coming around on the idea of get me another young rookie receiver because, and this is the primary reason, the New Orleans Saints are continuing to put Band-Aids on this roster. And they're old. Cedric Wilson is old in NFL terms, right? You're talking about all these guys that you've signed to one-year deals. I mean, I love Tyrann Mathieu. He's old. You can talk about Willie Gay and Chase Young, who are younger players signed to one-year deals, but your defense is an old defense. Your offense, Michael Thomas is now gone. Alvin Kamara's pushing 30. Ryan Ramczyk is injured, and we don't know how much longer he'll be able to play. James Hurst took a pay cut to stay on this team. Andres Pete's gone. Like, you're old. The only way you're going to fix that is an infusion of young players through the draft. You got to get younger and then let them grow up like you did in 2017. Now, the difference is you had great leadership then. You had Drew Brees, you had Cameron Jordan, you had these great veteran players, and you don't necessarily have that right now. But, you know, if you use all of your draft picks this year, and I'm not stupid. I know the Saints aren't going to make 4 fifth-round picks. They're going to package that and they're going to move up. But could 6 or 7 draft picks make this team this year? Yes. And it's the route they're going to have to go to fix their cap issues and their age issues. It means you're probably going to lose with a young team. You're going to lose with a young team, but it's going to help you get better in the long term and fix the issues with your roster. So, yeah, I'm all about getting younger with a younger receiver with the second-round pick. All right, it's After Further Review, brought to you by Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. Hey, when I finish the show today, I'm going to be emceeing Maddie's Footprints Gala tonight. And our friends over at Relief Windows are proud sponsors of the Maddie's Footprints Greater Baton Rouge Gala tonight. It's a great organization. They provide support to families who suffered a miscarriage or lost a child within the first year of life. And, you know, I know Brandon Holly's talked about that before. That's something he and Adrian went through when they were a young married couple. And so I know this is something that touches them closely and deeply, and it's a great thing to do. So Relief Windows is a great sponsor, a proud sponsor of Maddie's Footprints, their galas tonight. I'll probably be emceeing that as well and kind of going hand in hand there with our friends over at Relief Windows and so many other great organizations. Of course, we tell you all the time about windows, doors, and siding and all that stuff. And yes, that's important. That's their business, and it's your home, and you need all that stuff, and there's nobody better, like I always say. But part of the reason there's nobody better is because not just because of the physical product, the windows, it's the people. It's the people that you're doing business with when you call Relief Windows. 288-8138, 288-8138 for Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. Okay, it's After Further Review. We'll knock out our final break of hour number 1. Theriot is back for the Riot Radio Hours. We're looking forward to that. I screwed up the rundown. Alia Armstrong, LSU Track and Field, member of the G team, will be here in 45 minutes from right now. And we'll wrap up hour number 1 next. Stay here.
AFR.
Well, finally, the rain is out. The rain has moved through, and the weather's getting nicer and should be sunny and beautiful this weekend. It's a great opportunity to get by Clegg's Nursery. Any of the 4 locations in the greater Baton Rouge area. Seagan near Airline, LA-16 in Denham, Mid-City on Donmore, and the Garden Center on Greenwell Springs. Y'all, if your weeds are popping up in the lawn, you need to go weed and feed. This is the time, and our friends at Clegg's Nursery have the products to help. If you want to get in the garden this weekend and start planting those flowers and shrubs and all the beautiful green and pops of colors all throughout your garden and flower beds and patio pots, Clegg's has full greenhouses. This is the time. You want to plant that garden, that vegetable garden, Johnny Naylor seeds at every Clegg's Nursery locations. And if you need garden tools, they got you covered as well, and whatever you'd find at a True Value hardware store. It's Clegg's Nursery. For more than 60 years, tell them Matt sent you in. Buy local, shop local today at Clegg's Nursery.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
It's the details that make the difference between good enough and simply the best. At Skag Power Equipment, the difference is in designing lawnmowers with your convenience and comfort in mind. At Skag, we believe that quality and substance matter, and that you'll appreciate the attention to detail and craftsmanship we put into every single product. Thick steel and heavy-duty components provide you with unmatched reliability and performance. Skag, simply the best.
It was a humid day, barefoot children play, looking for that summer shade. Time to slip away. Oh, Louisiana, some kind of hold on me. Like cypress stumps, your roots are planted deep inside of me.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood Subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
All right, wrapping up hour number 1. We'll do things kind of in reverse order. Muse, let's do some Tigers in the pros.
Tigers in the pros. They still bleed purple and gold. They're just really rich now.
All right, let's start with some free agency news out of the NFL. A couple former Tigers finding new homes. Let's start with the most recent. That is Will Clapp. Will Clapp, about 30 minutes ago, signed a 1-year deal with the Buffalo Bills. So Will Clapp, now part of Bills Mafia, entering his seventh year in the league. Of course, the first 4 with the Saints, last 2 with the Chargers. 65 games in his career with 21 starts. Best of luck there in Buffalo.
New Orleans to Los Angeles.
Yes.
To Buffalo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just the Los Angeles to Buffalo is going to be a little culture shock.
That's, yeah. Because, I mean, at least Will's a Louisiana guy. Like, you know, it's, that part is cool, but yeah. L.A. to Buffalo. Now
beaches and palm trees and Sunset Boulevard and the Hollywood Hills and the Pacific Ocean and Santa Monica Pier and wine country.
Rodeo Drive.
Oh, man. Buffalo.
Wings. There you go. Yeah.
Get those anywhere.
Snow.
Not interested.
Yeah.
That's not a plus.
It's not. How would you feel about going from Nashville to Los Angeles?
I'd prefer L.A.
Okay, well, that's what Christian Fulton gets to do.
Attaboy.
He is now a member of the Los Angeles Chargers, signing a 1-year deal. Of course, spent his first 4 seasons with the Tennessee Titans after being drafted in the 2nd round out of LSU. 42 games, 150 tackles with 37 starts and 4 interceptions. Chargers needed to beef up their secondary, so they said, hey, the 2019 LSU team is pretty good. Let's get a guy from there, and that's what they did.
He's good.
He's pretty good. Cam Thomas dropped 21 last night on the Milwaukee Bucks in 39 minutes of action, 8 of 17 from the floor. Did grab 6 rebounds as well. Let's get to some spring training baseball. There are a lot. One note: Naz Reid game time decision tonight versus the Cavaliers. I really hope he can play, because tonight is Naz Reid beach towel night. In Minnesota.
Wow.
Yes. First 15,000 fans get a Naz
Who
Reid
wouldn't want to go
beach towel.
sunbathe on Naz Reid's
Right?
face?
I mean, that sounds great. So hopefully he can play tonight. Josh Smith off to another fast start. There you go. 1 for 2 with a single. Did get picked off at first base. But hitting .313 in the spring. And Pat, 0 for 1 so far today with the Mariners. That's Tigers and Pros.
Brought to you by Evermore. All natural, great tasting water. It's Evermore. Water is not just water, y'all. It's not. You can get it out of the tap, but I challenge you. If you've never tried Evermore, walk into a local grocery store, any great retailer, convenience store, go find the bottled water and grab a bottle of Evermore. Evermore is natural artesian water. It's rare alkaline source, the pH 8.8 to 9.1. It's fresh, it's smooth, it's perfected by nature, and this is a Louisiana product. I mean, this is a national brand grown right here in Louisiana, and I'm thrilled to help spread this message. You want better hydration? You want a healthier lifestyle for your family, for your children? You want Evermore. EVAMOR. Evermore.com. Hour number 2, Theriot, next.
AFR.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company located in Gonzales, Louisiana. The local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today to answer all of your questions on your metal buildings, roofing and sheet metal, and any other steel needs you or your business need at 225-647-2020.
It's the details that make the difference between good enough and simply the best. At Skag Power Equipment, the difference is in designing lawnmowers with your convenience and comfort in mind. At Skag, we believe that quality and substance matter, and that you'll appreciate the attention to detail and craftsmanship we put into every single product. Thick steel and heavy-duty components provide you with unmatched reliability and performance. Skag, simply the best.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps are held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lisi. First round of the NCAA tournament rolls on. Men's top overall seed Connecticut leading Stetson 70-40 midway through the second half. Clemson's up 62-45 on New Mexico. 8 minutes to go in regulation. First half, Auburn's leading Yale 22-19. Florida leads Colorado 24-18 first half. Finals, 27 points for Ryan Langborg, 12 of those in overtime. Northwestern top Florida Atlantic in OT 77-65. San Diego State over UAB 99-65. Marquette an 87-69 win against Western Kentucky. Another NCAA tourney disappointment for Kentucky, leaving coach John Calipari wondering if he should change his approach to constructing the roster. The transfer portal, a must for the Wildcats, suggests ESPN college basketball insider Jeff Borzello.
He needs to get a couple older guys. If he can see that, being young and playing 3 or 4 freshmen against teams that are 22, 23, 24 years old, he's going to have to realize that he's got to go get some guys that have been in college for a while.
ESPN's Jeff Borzello on Greeny.
Hey, it's your resident Super Bowl champ, Chris Candy, coming up Monday. As we get closer to the end of the NBA regular season, I'll tell you which team is running out of time to get things turned around. It's Unsportsmanlike, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge Studios.
Let's ride.
It's that Louisiana boy, yeah, they call him the Riot. Born and raised in the swamps, on the fight like a tiger. He going beast mode, baby, he a beast though. What you think he supposed to do? You picture better reload.
After further review, the Riot Radio Hour with Matt Moscona and Ryan Theriot. Presented by Alpha Customs. Alpha Customs, Prairieville and Lafayette. And online at alphacustoms.net.
Well, how's your week going?
Week was good.
Yeah, good.
I have a good. I'm full of good ideas.
Here comes Theriot. The throw, not in time. Scudero delivers, and the Giants lead 4-3 in the 10th.
The wake pool, although probably full of bacteria, flesh-eating parasites, and the occasional turd, provides endless hours of fun. It's not cool to have a 30A sticker on the back of your grocery go-getter. Big fan of the truck.
The Riot Radio Hour.
Theriot rounds third. He heads for home. Here's the throw. He is safe. Tigers win. Tigers win. Go.
Hour 2, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt.
You're a loser, man!
Hey, shut up, kid. Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
You said. We're here, glad you are as well. Make it a good one. Yeah, brah.
Yo, brah.
Did you remember how to get here?
Back, yes.
Do you remember how to do radio?
Remembered how to get here. Remembered how to.
Remember
how
where
to
the
do
volume
radio.
knob is
I got
over
it
there?
All, man.
Got
it's
it?
been a minute.
It has been.
Miss you guys,
I
man.
miss you too. I was in Lake Charles one Friday. Last Friday I was in New York, and in between, you just ghosted me a couple times.
Baseball. Yeah, I had baseball. It's Houston's senior year. I mean, I got look, man.
I want you to go.
And you do. You want me to go. I know. You don't give me a hard time about that.
I just want you to tell me when you got to
go. So
are we winning games? How are we?
The team is good.
Good.
The team is good. I'll say this. I think we're better. We've been better than every team we've played, and we've played a hard schedule. West schedule's difficult.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of 5A teams. I take that back. We had one game that got away from us.
Who was that against?
Dutchtown.
Okay, they're good.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Okay.
Game got away from us. But just listen. You can't walk 11 guys and hit 3 and expect to win.
That's bad. That's bad ball.
But the team is good, man. I'm excited. I think we're prepping to make a push. Last year got to Sulphur, came up a little short. But the team is good. It's a veteran club, and had a big run rule last night.
Okay.
Played well. We played the last 3 nights. It's been a grueling schedule.
I was kind of wondering, especially with the weather too.
It's been a grueling schedule, bro.
How y'all got that in with the rain?
They played. I didn't coach first. I went and sat in the dugout and sent one of the other coaches out there. I'm like, I'm out on this, boys. We got 2 tomorrow in Crowley.
Ooh, man.
Wear it. But yeah, no, it's good. District starts next week. We play 1 district game.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, Episcopal. That's it.
Why?
That's just, I don't know. So whoever wins that game wins district. No pressure.
Seriously?
Mm-hmm.
Are there no more teams in the district?
Yeah, I don't think they play.
They just don't play baseball.
I don't think so.
What schools?
I really don't.
Got
know.
it.
I don't know.
Got it.
I think it's different. Like each sport, I think is different. With
Oh,
the districts.
well, that's something.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're back.
Yeah, Coach Crickett's out there getting it.
You still haven't punted or retired the cricket thing, huh?
Coach Crickett's doing his thing.
You're still trying to make the cricket thing happen.
Yeah, no, it's good, man. I feel good about it.
I'm glad baseball's going well. What else is going on there?
Well, we've got we're Traction obviously is doing great with baseball. Everybody's doing the little league stuff.
It's over there, Miracle League this week at Traction.
So yeah, the Giants.
Drew's on the Giants.
Mm-hmm. He looked super cute with his hat backwards.
He did. I walked up and we don't get a lot of like quote unquote normal kid moments, but when I walked up to the field, because they start at 6, I don't finish till 6, so I get there a little late. And I saw him out in the field, and he had a hoodie on, so he had his jersey over his hoodie, so the hood out the back, and he had his Giants hat on backwards. Yep. He kind of looked just like, he looked just like a normal little boy.
Yeah.
It did my heart good.
It was a very cute photo. Shout out to Drew.
Shout out. Crushed a ball too.
Did he?
No, not
well, that's okay.
I mean, just kind of just taps it off the tee and then walks to first base.
Yeah, he's good.
That's called pimping a homer, right? Just walk to first base.
Just pimping the swinging bunt.
Oh yeah, that's what he did.
So we got baseball going. We're in the middle of that. The girls have decided they wanted to run track. That's cool. As if we don't have enough crap going on. Coupled with the club soccer, so it's a little bit busy. But I've got an interesting letter today. This kind of piggies back on one I did. Well, it's been a month, since I've been here. I think it's over a month ago. But I wanted to do this one, so here goes. Okay. So, dear baseball dads, travel ball dads.
Switching it.
We did the moms.
Now we're going to dads.
The moms was good. I got a lot of response from moms.
Yeah.
A lot of people came up to me. Some, were a little upset with me.
Yeah, like my sister, because you basically called out the names of her children.
But
you mocked the names of 2 of her children inadvertently.
Yeah, I didn't do that on purpose.
I know.
I used to think it was the moms that provided the most entertainment for me at ballparks. But I think I was wrong. The moms are shameless in their love for their babies, which makes them an easy target. I mean, they really are. It doesn't, they'll go flip-flops, wear the same pair of baggy shorts 3 days in a row with the giant Yeti. Like, they don't
They're
care.
ready.
It's all about the player, the kid.
It's all about Lil Cohen.
It's 100% about Cohen. But
it's all
dads,
about little Riley.
But dads and grandfathers are proving to be a formidable opponent.
Okay.
As the season goes on.
Okay.
Grandfathers are as shameless as moms. Okay? We've gotten over the early season jitters, and everyone should be settling in.
I just thought about Erica's dad at Eli's games.
There we go.
And that is the vision in my mind's eye right now. And this is going to be perfect.
Yeah. So we've gotten over those early season jitters, other than LSU, and everyone should be settling into their baseball season. The P90X workout program that you bought Oakley and put him through this fall is really paying off. Oakley. Who would have imagined that his exit velocity could almost double in 6 months? I guess it isn't too young for creatine and test boosters at 9 years old after all. Doctors these days really don't know what they're talking about now.
Oakley.
Oakley's on the juice at 9. Hitting nukes.
Stetson.
I know you're not quite where you want to be from a statistical standpoint, but there's plenty of ball left to be played. The super elite triple point qualifier in Honduras next weekend should be a great opportunity for little Bentley to pad his stats, because those kids in Honduras don't even use Evo Shield. Henry's dad even said they all wear the same color cleats, and none of them have arm sleeves, Matt.
Henry.
Yeah.
Henry is the name of my sister's third son.
Oh, well, there we go.
You already got Aiden and Owen, and now you got Henry.
Oh, man.
You got them all. You got them all.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, man. I didn't even know that she named her kids all these stereotypical names.
Henry.
Lily, do better. I love them all. They're my little nephews.
Yeah.
They're great. Owen and Henry are the twins.
Yeah.
Aiden's my godchild.
Well, what's their dad's name?
Morgan.
Morgan said they all wear the same color cleats over in Honduras, and none of them wear arm sleeves. Our pink shoelaces and Bruce Bolt batting gloves will blow their minds. I can't wait till the perfect game rankings come out. When we crush those stupid kids, all the high school coaches will be calling, even Catholic. They are the number one team in the country.
I saw that.
Shout out to the Bears.
Oh, it was so good.
Boy, Brad Bass.
Oh, man.
Something happens, Matt, to dads when their kids make a competitive travel team.
Oh, God.
They all of a sudden lose all common sense that they once had and automatically go all in. It's custom Jordans that match the team's colors, Lulu joggers, and a visor or the team's branded hat. You only sit in the stands if your kid is the best player on the team and your team is winning.
Okay.
You only sit in the stands if your kid is the best player on the team and the team is winning. All other dads go down the left field line or the right field line in small groups.
On the fence. You're right.
Generally complaining about the coaches, playing time, or positioning.
Positioning.
Yeah.
Got
it. They don't like where their kids play.
Why would you?
When the coach makes eye contact with these guys, because it inadvertently happens, they always act nice and then mumble some smart-ass comment under their breath when the coach turns away. Happens every day. Then you've got the dads, these are my favorite, that pretend that nothing bothers them. They cheer super loud for every kid on the team and are always positive. Those are normally the dads that cause the most problems. If you've got one of those on your team, you can bet the house that not only his kid, but whoever he yells loudest for will not be on the team next year, and he's already recruited a coach to take your place, and he's recruited best players on other teams to be on the new team. So be careful of the nice guy.
The nice guy.
The nice guy's going to stab you in the back
grass.
every single time.
Oh, he's not a snake in the grass. He's a snake in your face.
He's right in your face.
Wow.
I want everyone to take a moment tomorrow. It's Saturday. Take a moment tomorrow morning and look around the park. You'll see these fellas in the wild, in their natural environment. It's truly amazing. They'll yell at umps. They're going to have their first beer after the 10 a.m. game.
Yes.
They'll start some sort of team drama at some point and almost never talk to their spouse. 100% not sitting by their spouse.
Can't do it.
Not happening. Travel ball dads are awesome and should be commended for their dedication. Sincerely, Ryan.
It's After Further Review, brought to you by Don Juan Cigar Bar. We'll do Kick Rocks next.
AFR.
Brought to you by the Renaissance Hotel and the Watermark Hotel. Two amazing hotel properties in Baton Rouge. If you're thinking about getting out tonight and getting a little something going on, want to grab a cocktail, a great dinner, get by either the Watermark downtown or the Renaissance Southtown. The Gregory at the Watermark downtown Baton Rouge. Tallulah inside the Renaissance indoor-outdoor flow. They have what they call the Terrace. Okay. Terrace is awesome. It's right by the pool there at Tallulah at the Renaissance. Indoor-outdoor flow. It's right by the pool. They got this awesome like fire pit fountain thing with bar stools. It's like lit up. It's great ambiance to enjoy a cocktail when the weather's nice like it's going to be tonight. Get on by, see our friends over at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet in Baton Rouge. I don't know why I said Florida just now.
It's not on Florida.
No, it's not on Florida. It's on Bluebonnet. It's right there on Bluebonnet. Great events coming up as well. We keep telling you about evenings at the Renaissance. We'll tell you more about those as we get closer. But you want a place for dinner and cocktail tonight? Make it Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is taking $22,500 off the new 23 Ram 1500 SCA truck. We're open for business in our beautiful new showroom and taking $22,500 off the new Ram 1500 truck. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
BRAC teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. BRAC, your #1 park system in the nation.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is...
Ladies and gentlemen, I'ma buy cars, I'ma get clothes, I'ma rock jewels, all along flows, I'ma blow tweed, got a lot of drinks, stepping out, Gator, Coca-Cola, mate.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
You been by Alpha Customs lately?
I drove by Alpha Customs a couple days ago.
Did you?
Yeah, I couldn't really see the building though because there's so many cars parked out front. Yeah, the place was jammed up.
Huh?
Big jacked up trucks everywhere.
Love that.
Just, I mean, it was awesome.
Love that. Alpha Customs.
Oh no, place is legit. You need your windows tinted, you can do that. You can get your car lifted and put wheels and tires and all that cool stuff. Bed covers, your truck. I mean, you name it. They got it at Alpha Customs.
Do you love the spring?
And they got a cool bumper sticker you can put on your car too.
Saw that logo right
Yeah.
there. Do you love the spring?
Yeah, I'm a spring guy.
As a sports season, I mean?
Huh?
Spring sports season?
Well, I mean, this was like go time for me. So, my whole life. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is it. Spring, I feel like, is sports time. The fall and all that for me is like relaxed downtime normally. I know that's the opposite for most people, but
It is, yeah. I love the springtime. The fall sports calendar for us is great. It's football, but it's so busy for us. And in football season, you just go so deep on one topic, right? You're just all football all the time, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
But when it's your job, it's not just like, hey, let's drink beers and watch the game. I love the spring because, I mean, just look, you got March Madness going on. You got the Pels making a push. You've got spring football going on right now. The draft is right around the corner. The LSU gymnastics team has the SEC championships this weekend in New Orleans. The women's basketball team's playing right now. Of course, baseball has a massive series this weekend against Florida. I do need to ask you, panic meter for baseball? We'll talk about the Florida series next hour, but panic meter for baseball after last weekend? What do you think?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
No worries at all.
Not
if
at
losing
all.
that series. Even the starting pitching not performing well.
Not at all.
You allow 33 runs over 3 games.
I'm okay.
Why?
Because it's baseball, and baseball's hard, and it's we've talked about this a number of times, man. There's just a lot of variables that go into winning and losing a baseball game that I think the regular fan doesn't take into consideration. Yeah, you went on the road and beat a Texas team that was, pretty good, right? But it's different. Going over there to Mississippi State and playing, man, is not easy, and those guys will learn from it. You can't have your best stuff every single time out on the bump, and I know there's people that are disappointed, but you remember, Houston came into Baton Rouge in 2000 and swept us.
Yeah, y'all stunk.
And we won the national championship.
Oh, y'all won the Natty.
Yeah.
My bad, I forgot.
Yeah, they came to Baton Rouge and swept us, So I know I'm good.
Before anybody tweets me, obviously I know they won the national championship in 2000. So don't tweet me.
Yeah, no, you were there with a sign in right field.
A bajillion signs. We had different signs. We went to the Kmart and just bought a whole bunch of poster boards.
Kmart.
And we brought poster boards and markers into right field, and we just made whatever game it was on. We just made signs for that game.
Mm-hmm.
The center field cameraman loved us.
Yeah.
All week. Must have been on TV 1,000 times.
Thousands.
1,000. Hey, if you have mold, call Pure Restoration, pure-restoration.com. Kill mold, remove odor. You got mold?
I did.
When did you have mold?
Last week.
You had mold where?
Bro, I had a leaky faucet in my master shower.
Ooh.
And I had mold on the wall.
Ooh.
Opposite side of it. I had no clue. This is, it was the craziest thing. Called Pure.
Wait, so it was behind the shower?
Yes.
How did you know you had it?
I could see it on the wall.
Oh, so it was coming through. Oh, so it grew from the inside of the walls. Oh.
Yes, dude.
On the new house?
Yes.
Oh, sounds like those previous homeowners did you dirty.
Yeah. Well, it was a new shower. Everything had been demoed and redone. It was a poor installation, which that's a whole nother story. So we had to tear the wall out.
Ooh.
Dry everything out. Called Pure Restoration.
Yep.
It came in, fogged the entire house. Because if you have mold, which I didn't know this, if you have mold in one little spot, those guys spore.
Oh, yeah.
It's everywhere.
Everywhere.
And so they're like, look, let's just fog the whole thing. Took about 2 hours. I was back in my house maybe 2.5, 3 hours later. Little clean. It was more of a clean smell. Sealed the wall up, painted everything, floated, sheetrock, done. Bada bing, bada boom, done. No
bada
more
bing,
mold.
bada bang, bada boom.
Yep.
Pure Restoration.
Shout out.
And they can do the whole thing.
They did the whole thing.
Demo and build back. Pure-restoration.com. Pure-restoration.com. Or you can just message me and go, Scone, what's the mold thing you always talk about?
Mm-hmm.
That happens all the time. People just go, hey, what's the mold thing?
Well, the cool thing, too, is they're full-on general contract. So they did it all. So it wasn't just that they killed the mold. They did all the work, and, yeah, it was cool.
Scone, what's the mold thing? Pure Restoration. Pure-restoration.com. Mm-hmm. And if you don't call Pure Restoration when you have mold, you can kick rocks.
It's time to Kick Rocks with Ryan Theriot.
Kick Rocks.
Presented by Ruckus. Kick Rocks with shoes from Ruckus. Jones Creek Road in Baton Rouge. Or go to ruckus103.com.
Tom Brady can kick rocks. That's a standing kick rocks, but this one's
a perpetual kick rock.
Kick Rocks.
Did you prepare?
Yeah. Okay, you can kick rocks for being a middle midget.
Kick rocks.
Cost your team 4 points.
They can kick a whole bag of rocks for that.
Get on down the road and kick rocks.
I love those shoes I got on today.
You got to check out if you haven't. Oh, I didn't see those yet. They got a new Instagram. Well, do your thing first. Gary.
John Calipari can kick rocks.
Kick rocks.
Yeah.
He's a fraud.
Fire him.
He's a fraud. He's never been a good coach.
Fire that guy.
He's been paying people forever. Now it's legal to pay people, and everybody else can do it, and now you're not that good anymore.
I don't know. He still gets all the great players. They just don't win with them. That's the problem.
Yeah, well, he never has. He's a fraud, and he needs to go, and he can kick rocks.
Get on down the road and kick rocks.
Do we want John Calipari to stay at Kentucky?
No. I want Will Wade to go to Kentucky.
Why? I don't think I want that.
Well, it won't be great for LSU, but it'd be
Well, that's all. That's the only thing I'm concerned with.
Well,
is what it means for LSU.
I don't think Will Wade's going to come back here.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
But if he's at Kentucky, then they'll win.
I think they will.
And I don't want that.
I think they'll win.
I want John Calipari to stay there where they don't win.
Okay, never mind. Yeah, they should keep him. But
Keep him for a long time.
Yeah, but he can still kick rocks.
Yeah.
Kick rocks.
And Major League Baseball can kick rocks the way that they treat their number one prospects. In no
Kick
other
rocks.
sport, are you the number one prospect, first round draft pick, like you're the guy, and then you're not on the team. Even if you deserve to be on the team.
Paul Skeens?
You're good enough to be on the team.
Dylan Cruz?
Skeens, Cruz, Jackson Holiday. I've watched a lot of Jackson Holiday's at bats this year. This is his second season. Like, this guy should 100% be in the major leagues, getting at bats every. I mean, he's just a really good player. He's better than anything that they have. And the fact that they, push the guys down so they don't get the service time, so they don't have to pay them, I think I think it's wrong. And for that, that structure, MLB can kick rocks.
Get on down the road and kick rocks.
And then, so I know you saw the Ohtani stuff with the gambling and all that, and comparisons to Pete Rose and this. So I don't understand how we can expect these guys not to gamble.
It's easy.
But they're gonna.
Just don't gamble.
Well, but they're gonna, because you've got the apps on the phones. You've got the.
Well, I got an idea. Don't do it.
They're gonna do it. It's too easy.
Then
it's
you're
too
gonna
accessible.
have consequences.
I think it's too easy. It's too accessible. I think they should make it legal. I think gambling should be legal, and I think steroids should be legal. Anything performance enhancing, and gambling. There's no way you're gonna stop it. And I think the Tigers might be losing. Lady Tigers.
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
42-38, LSU on top of Rice. 4.5 minutes to go there in the first half over at the Maravich Center. Turnovers killing the Lady Tigers. Well, they're not the Lady Tigers anymore. They're just the Tigers. They're rebranded. They don't call themselves the Lady Tigers anymore.
They don't?
No, they're not the Lady Tigers. They're the LSU Tigers. They're the women's basketball team. LSU's got 16 turnovers in this ball game right now. They need to get it together. It's a lot of turnovers. Not even a halftime yet. 16 turnovers with 4 minutes to go in the first half. It's a lot.
Third quarter.
Oh, my apologies. It is third quarter. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I totally missed that. I thought it was the second quarter. Hard to watch a game and do a show. The Ruckus. Shout out Ruckus. Ruckus103.com. Oh, look what I got on.
Let me see yours.
These are what I got last time.
Show me yours and I'll show you mine.
I got these last time I went over there. I got them when they came out of the box, like off the truck. I doubt they have them anymore. I literally, the day I went over there, they were unboxing them.
Look at that color scheme.
I know.
Those are dangerous.
Some orange, some brown, some lime. I love those. What you got?
So I've got the smoke.
Hunter Dunks. Yep. SBs.
With the gum bottom.
I like that.
Yeah.
Those black SBs.
Yeah.
Those are nice. They're really good.
Yeah.
I like them. Ruckus103.com. Go see your friends at Ruckus. They got a Lafayette location as well. Downtown. Shout out to the 337. Oh, yeah. Ruckus103.com. Love Ruckus. Go get you some kicks, man.
Yeah, they're the best. New stuff every week. It seems like they have a new shoe that comes out. You can follow them on their Instagram, all their social media stuff, and check that out.
I'm not super on board with you on the Shohei stuff. I think it's pretty odd. Like, tell me if you disagree. It appears what has happened is, again, please tell me if I'm missing this or someone has a different opinion of the matter. Shohei's boy gets in a $4.5 million gambling debt. Shohei pays off the debt for him. Well, guy goes and does a 90-minute interview with ESPN saying, look, it's my fault. I was in this debt. Shohei paid it off. He paid this dude the $4.5 million to get me off. Well, by the letter of the law, it's illegal for a player, the MLB rule book, to pay a bookie. So Shohei paying this bookie $4.5 million means Shohei should be banned for life. So they realize that. A day later, attorneys get involved, and they're like, no, he stole the money. But on the same day that they say that, Shohei and his boy are in the dugout laughing together. Somebody stole $4.5 million from me. I ain't laughing with him in the dugout. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're not.
I mean,
we're not boys.
This is Major League Baseball doing a little CYA right now on their most marketable player in the world, who should be banned from baseball for life by their rules, which I think their rules are dumb, by the way. But
when Pete got popped, at what point was that in his? Was he managing at that point?
I think he was player managing. He was playing
yeah,
and
that
managing.
was right at the end.
Yeah.
I'm wondering how famous he was. You know, I mean, I don't know.
Heroes?
Obviously. Yeah, at that point.
He was a hit king. It's still when baseball was still the king. I mean, football was having its surges, but baseball was still the number one.
So what's the difference? You know what I mean? So would it be safe to say he was the face of baseball at that point? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They should have covered for my boy. That's why you just got to make it all legal, man. Just do it. Who cares? Thorough game.
The fastest person ever to be in the studio will be in with us next. It's AFR.
AFR.
Courtesy of Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. Get Gordon, get it done. Alia Armstrong's coming in next. G-team member, LSU track and field. Do you think you're faster than she is?
No. What does she run? Does she run the hurdles? The hurdles at all?
We'll get all of her events in a second.
Macy's running the hurdles. She needs some help.
Oh, go ask Lolo.
Oh. Yeah, okay. That's what we'll do.
Or if you've been in an accident and you need help, get Gordon and get it done.
Like if she falls on the hurdle, she could call Gordon and get the hurdle guy? Huh?
If there's a hurdle guy, I don't think there's a hurdle guy. But if you're injured in an accident, it's not your fault. Mostly car wrecks, workers' comp, big trucks. Also.
Not hurdles.
Not hurdles, no. Get Gordon and get it done. Go to getgordon.com, getgordon.com, or call 888-8888, 888-8888 for Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. You know what to do. Get Gordon. Get it done.
Bayou Ford has $7,500 off MSRP on new 23 Ford F-150 XLT trucks. $7,500 off plus 1.9% financing for 72 months. And all new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
It's the details that make the difference between good enough and simply the best. At Skag Power Equipment, the difference is in designing lawnmowers with your convenience and comfort in mind. At Skag, we believe that quality and substance matter, and that you'll appreciate the attention to detail and craftsmanship we put into every single product. Thick steel and heavy-duty components provide you with unmatched reliability and performance. Skag, simply the best.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood Subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Yeah, he's old. All right, rolling along. Glad to have you aboard with us here, Friday edition of AFR. Love when we get members of the G team rolling through here. Gordon and his staff have been so good to us and let us have a lot of these conversations, get to introduce you to a lot of great student athletes, not only at LSU, but a lot of different programs, a lot of different sports, a lot of different places. And Alia Armstrong, member of the LSU track and field program, and member of the G team, joins us in studio. How are you?
I'm doing amazing.
How amazing are you doing?
I would say so amazing that I'm just happy to be alive. That's it.
Your shoes are amazing. I know
let me
that
see.
much.
Let me see.
She's rocking.
Oh.
She's rocking.
Wait,
the-
are you a
the J's.
sneakerhead?
We're shoe guys.
Oh, let me see.
Yeah, big time over
Let me
here.
see what you got.
Just stick them up on the
Yeah, just
thing.
put up on the set. We just did this a
I
second
mean,
ago.
that's gymnastics.
I'll do mine.
Oh, I do like this.
See, look, this is what we do
That's
all
what
the
we do.
time.
We do this all the time.
Just throw
My
it up there.
dunks. What do you think?
okay.
What do you think? You got Jordans. We got dunks. What do you
She
think?
might have won.
Who wins? No,
I
I like mine.
I feel like I'm a loser.
I got.
I like those.
These are suede.
Those are sick.
Those
you know
are
what?
nice.
You know what? LeBron was wearing those.
Really?
Yeah.
Matt
you're
spends
cool.
more money on
LeBron.
shoes than anybody ever.
I'm not as cool, so let me take these off.
LeBron was wearing those. I didn't know LeBron was wearing those, but last week I had some kids tell me, "Oh, those are the ones LeBron was wearing." I was like, "Yep,
Yeah, it
that's
was.
those." Were, I just liked them a lot. That's what they were.
I know.
So let's talk a little bit about you. Give us a little backstory. You're from New Orleans.
Yes.
Fifth year senior. So are you taking advantage of COVID year this year?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So what was the decision like to give it another go at LSU?
As far as last year, my decision wasn't that hard because I felt like I had more potential. But back in 2022, that's when like I won nationals and I made the world team and everything. That decision was a little bit harder, but I felt like I wasn't mature enough to, go to the next level. So I just wanted to stay in college and use those resources because I was only a junior on the track. So it's like, you know what, I'm going to go back to school. So last year, I had a hiccup with my injury, with my hamstring. And then this year, we're going for it all.
When I look at your bio at LSU, it's crazy. I mean, it's like national championship, 5-time first team All-American, 3-time second team All-American. I mean, it's like you've done, you know what I mean? It's like do you get like plaques and trophies every time you win one of those?
Yes, there's a lot.
Where do you keep all that stuff?
They're all in my room right now. But there's some that I don't have up just because I don't have space, or anywhere to put them.
Yeah, what do you do? Like, just give them to your mom?
Winners
your dad?
win,
Be like,
bro.
"Here."
Yeah,
Seriously?
My mom loves them. She actually keeps them. She has a collection, and every time I get off the podium, she takes it from me. She's like, "Okay, I'm gonna take my trophy now." I'm like, "Oh."
She's got a wall of Alia. It's just the whole house. It's just nothing but all your track and
Are your
field stuff.
folks still in New Orleans?
My mom actually just moved to Baton Rouge.
Okay,
She
cool.
lives up the street.
Awesome.
From here?
Yes.
Well, yeah, so close to campus too.
Yeah.
I mean, you're 2 minutes from Burning Moor, right? From
Yeah.
here. So it's so easy to
If
get.
that.
You're so easy to get there from here.
Mhm.
What was it like? How did you get connected with Gordon?
So the NILSU team, Taylor and Mary Claire, they basically introduced the fact that, okay, Gordon was interested. I guess they have connections there and they've been connecting a lot of athletes. So they reached out to me and they were like, Alia, Gordon's interested. Would you be interested in connecting with him? And I was like, oh, no way. Because I really have always loved Gordon. I see him off the interstate and I'm like, ah. So that was always a dream of mine because I'm actually a big fan of Gordon. I don't know what compelled me to his spirit, but he's just an amazing spirit.
Mm-hmm.
So
very giving.
Since then we connected, and honestly, since then they've really just put me on the map as far as being off the interstate on a billboard. They've done so much for women, for LSU, playing for sports for LSU. They've done so much for women, and I'm so grateful to be a part of the G team for especially for the Women's Awareness Month and stuff like that. They've just done so much for us. And I'm really appreciative. They're angels sent to me. That's me.
There's the video. So you can go to @GetGordon. You can see the video that Gordon and his team did with Alia. It starts actually. Paulie, I'm just going to scroll back to the beginning. It starts you're wearing all your gold medals and you've got your national championship rings. What can you walk us through? What medals were you wearing?
So I was wearing pretty much all of my SEC medals. I don't know exactly which ones. I just kind of grabbed some off the wall, but I was probably wearing.
I just grabbed a few. Whatever. I just grabbed a few. I don't know. I won so many. Which one is this?
So I was wearing 4 of them. So they were probably a mixture of outdoor 100 hurdles, indoor. I won the 60 in 2022. 4x1. It was just a mixture, and then one of the rings was national championship ring, and the other one was SEC championship.
Look at all at the bling too. Are your nails done too? Are your nails bling? Oh, it's so
stop
good.
it.
They're not blinging today, but
And your hair, is that? So that's your. What's your nickname?
the Rhinestone Queen.
The Rhinestone Queen.
Yeah.
When did they start calling you the Rhinestone Queen?
Texas Relays in 2022, one of the commentators, I came up to him after because my hair was like bedazzled, and he was like, well, if it isn't the Rhinestone Queen. And so since then, I didn't even make up the name. He just like called me that, and I was like, okay.
But to run track, though, you got to have some drip, though. Like, that's the track drip.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, it is like football, you've got the tape
Get the
and the armbands, and baseball, you got all
shield.
the
Yeah. Oh, baseball, get the arm sleeve
Baseball's
and
ridiculous.
everything. Yeah.
But track,
everybody's like converts Jordans now to cleats in baseball.
That's
yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
But in track, was it Jackie Joyner? Jackie
Joyner Kersey.
So this was, you would probably know the year. When she came out with the nails and the hair, I'm like, okay. She's got this.
You're talking about Gail Devers, maybe?
Maybe it was Gail with the
Like
swag.
Gail, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then, I mean, it is, you have to have
I
that
think that
swag.
was the 96 Olympics, probably.
It takes some time off your run, for sure. If
Does
you got
it?
some of that swag.
Do you think so?
Definitely not.
Okay, yeah.
It actually.
So you're wrong.
It increases it?
Well, actually, no, I'm sorry. It does take off.
Yeah, it does.
If we're talking like running faster. Yeah.
Oh,
it
it
takes
makes
some
you
time off.
faster. Oh, see, that's not what you meant, though.
Oh, yeah.
That's not. See,
You
look,
gotta
that's
have the
not
swag.
at all what he meant.
You gotta. Well, who had the gold shoes?
Michael Johnson.
Michael Johnson had the gold shoes.
That was also 96.
I didn't even know that.
Oh, you got to look up Michael Johnson, 96 Olympics in Atlanta.
Okay.
He won the gold in the 200 and the 400. It was
gold shoes.
I mean, he was Usain Bolt of then. Like he was the most famous sprinter in the world at the time. It was incredible. I think his records I think Bolt ended up beating his records actually. Is what happened. So, but Michael Johnson, yeah, you got to go look it up. 96
Okay.
Olympics in Atlanta. What year were you born?
2000.
Yeah, see that I graduated high school.
I'm not a millennial.
No, I don't even know what that means, to be honest. I don't know what's a millennial or what's a what. I just, So you told us when you came in, you're dealing with a little nagging injury right now.
Mm-hmm.
When are we going to see you compete again?
Next week.
Good.
Yes.
Good.
Yes. Fingers crossed. Next week. I've been rehabbing. I've been doing pool workouts, so I'll be okay by next week. I'll be right back.
What's a day like whenever when you're competing? Like, what's a practice schedule a day like for you?
Okay, so I would say like we just come to practice. Coach Arts tells us, that's our coach. Coach Arts tells us like the whole warm up, everything we have to do for the workout. And then after that, we warm up, stretch, and then pretty much sometimes we body build, which is like a circuit where we lift. And then after that, we get straight to the workout. Sometimes we'll hurdle. Sometimes it's just like a recovery day. But for the most part, we just get straight to the workout after we warm up. Spikes, whether it's hurdle, 12 hurdles, 4 hurdles. Sometimes it's gruesome.
Well, outdoor season's getting underway.
Mm-hmm.
How's the team looking?
Oh, amazing.
Yeah?
I'm looking at a ring right now.
Uh-oh.
I love it. So
yes.
good. Ryan's daughter runs hurdles now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm most excited about this. I'm just trying to see, we're talking about, when are you going to have some time to maybe help? And, do you do that? Or, how do we, I got some video that we'll look at in the break, and we can kind of pick this thing apart. She's new to the sport. She's a soccer player.
Mm-hmm.
She'll continue to play soccer, but she wants to run hurdles, so I'm going to have to get your info before you leave.
Yeah, I actually
Awesome.
was just
Perfect.
talking about wanting to be a coach one day. So,
There
I
you go.
love teaching just as much as I love learning. I love teaching because why just withhold all this knowledge?
Were you ever apprehensive running toward a hurdle?
Yes, a lot actually.
How did you get over that? How'd you get over the hurdle or the fear? See, that was a pun. See what I did? How'd you get over it? How'd you get over the hurdle? That hurdle? See what I did? How'd you get over that hurdle?
Oh, my gosh.
I'm definitely not cool enough to wear those
Oh,
shoes. She just held her head down like, what a loser. So good. No, but seriously, when
do you
did
know Clint Hurdle? Do you know Clint Hurdle?
Baseball manager. Just ignore it. That's spelled differently. There's a baseball manager in the big leagues named Clint Hurdle. He's an old baseball manager.
Clint Hurdle is like a guy.
That's like Hurtle, right?
No.
Yeah.
Clint Hurdle.
Is it
Oh,
Hurtle?
yeah, it is.
It's
like
it
the
Clint
regular.
Hurdle? Is
Okay.
it spelled Hurdle?
Clinton Merrick Hurdle.
Look at that. Clint Hurdle. It is spelled Hurtle. Look at that. Good for him. Anyway, Alia Armstrong's in studio with us, member of the G team. It's fun to catch up. We appreciate you for being in here. What would you say before you go? Is the opportunity working with Gordon and being part of the G team, like the opportunity that this NIL opportunity is extended to you. What's been maybe the most important part of it for you? Because I think so much of the conversation always comes to with fans. Oh, well, it's money. You get a chance to make money, but I know there's so much more that goes into it.
Yeah, I feel like money was like the last thing that I wanted going into this, and I told him that in the first meeting. The first thing for me was just making a genuine connection with like a genuine human being. He just seems so for the people and not just for like his own gain. So I feel like that's what propelled me to this connection in the first place. So just the most important thing was just being connected with someone who has my best interests at heart and vice versa, because I'm very selective with who I allow to be on my team. So the fact that he let me in his team showed that he was just as genuine. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Olympic trials this summer?
100%.
Yeah. What events?
100 hurdles. That's it.
100 hurdles. That's it. Was Lolo's event, huh?
Yes.
Didn't Lola do 100 hurdles?
Yeah. We still train together today.
Yeah, she's out there.
Mm-hmm.
Is that pretty cool to get to run with her? Like, did you grow up watching her run?
Yes.
I think
of course,
so. Yeah. That was 08 was the Beijing games, right?
I believe so.
I mean,
it was a long time ago.
Yeah, she was number one hurdle in the world at that point. That's awesome, man. Well, Alia Armstrong, it's a pleasure having you in the studio. Go get some more bling, some rhinestones, or some real gold, too, as well. It's great to have you, and thank you for coming in and for having some fun. We appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
That is Alia Armstrong, LSU Track and Field, member of the G Team, as are we. We'll wrap up hour number 2 next. Stick around.
AFR.
Brought to you by River City's 1 Hour Air, where they're always on time or you don't pay a dime. 752-0001, 752-0001. Y'all, the rain is past and the warmer temps are coming, and you know the triple-digit temps are right around the corner. Y'all, the oppressive heat of a Louisiana summer is almost here. Now, I don't mind it. I'd rather that than cold. But your Home Central AC sits outside 24/7, 365. It never gets a break. From the heat, the humidity, the dust, the dander, the bugs. Make sure the thing is clean and efficient for the coming warm weather. The last thing in the world you want is for it to be 100 degrees outside, your AC stops working, and your family's miserable. Make sure you take those steps to make your AC run efficiently and to preserve and extend its life. It's River City's 1 Hour Air. The preseason AC tune-up. Call for it right now. 752-0001, 752-0001, where they're always on time or you don't pay a dime.
It's the details that make the difference between good enough and simply the best. At Skag Power Equipment, the difference is in designing lawnmowers with your convenience and comfort in mind. At Skag, we believe that quality and substance matter, and that you'll appreciate the attention to detail and craftsmanship we put into every single product. Thick steel and heavy-duty components provide you with unmatched reliability and performance. Skag, simply the best.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is taking $22,500 off the new 23 Ram 1500 SCA truck. We're open for business in our beautiful new showroom and taking $22,500 off the new Ram 1500 truck. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
It was a humid day, barefoot children play, looking for that summer shade. Time just slips away. Oh, Louisiana, some kind of hold on me. Like cypress stumps, your roots are planted deep inside of me.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company located in Gonzales, Louisiana. The local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today to answer all of your questions on your metal buildings, roofing and sheet metal, and any other steel needs you or your business need at 225-647-2020.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play. with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
The best kept secret.
Wanna know what we say in the club? Hey, baby. White folks, gangsters, and the thugs. Hey, baby. Stunning with a stack of them dubs. Hey, baby. Riding in the lack with a mug. Hey, baby. I'm in the club, hollering, hey, baby.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
All right, wrapping up hour number 2. We'll get to Ask Ryan. You can ask Theriot anything about anything. Always love talking about, anything about anything. So you can email us. You can tweet. Hour 3 of AFR.
AFR.
We're brought to you by Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry, lmfj.com, lmfj.com for Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. You know when you're going to go buy a diamond ring? You remember when you bought Jana's diamond?
Yep.
What was that like?
Scary.
Why?
Because I didn't know a whole lot about diamonds at the time.
And it's expensive too.
And it was expensive.
It's a big purchase, man.
Yeah.
It's a big purchase. You want to make sure that when you walk in, you're going to be treated right. Mm-hmm. You never have to worry about that with Lee Michaels. And at Lee Michaels, they will never sell man-made or lab diamonds. Everything they sell are mined diamonds from some of the finest mines in the world. Scott goes overseas on buying trips annually and brings the best selection back here for their 9 different locations. 2 in Baton Rouge, Corporate Boulevard in Bocage, and in the Mall of Louisiana. Location in Lafayette, New Orleans, Shreveport. Of course, you can always shop online as well at lmfj.com for Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry, where you always get the Lee Michaels experience. Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry, lmfj.com.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is taking $22,500 off the new 23 Ram 1500 SCA truck. We're open for business in our beautiful new showroom and taking $22,500 off the new Ram 1500 truck. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
It's the details that make the difference between good enough and simply the best. At Skag Power Equipment, the difference is in designing lawnmowers with your convenience and comfort in mind. At Skag, we believe that quality and substance matter, and that you'll appreciate the attention to detail and craftsmanship we put into every single product. Thick steel and heavy-duty components provide you with unmatched reliability and performance. Skag, simply the best.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
At Relief Windows, we're more than windows. We're windows, doors, hardy plank, and vinyl siding. But our #1 product is always customer satisfaction. Visit us online at reliefwindows.com.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lisi. Day 2 NCAA tournament. Auburn, the East Region's 4 seed, has had its hands full with 13 seed Yale today. Tigers down 44-43, 15 and a half minutes remaining second half. Colorado's up 54-52 on Florida, just under 17 to go in the second half. Finals top overall seed, defending national champ Connecticut put up 52 in the first half on the way to a 91-52 rout of Stetson. Northwestern got 27 from Ryan Langborg, 12 in overtime. Wildcats a 77-65 OT victory over Florida Atlantic. Baylor 92, Colgate 67, Clemson 77, New Mexico 56, San Diego State over UAB 69-65. Another early exit by Kentucky. Coach John Calipari wondering if he should change his approach to constructing the roster. ESPN college basketball analyst Jay Billis.
I get what Cal is saying, but he's going to continue to recruit the best talent, whether they're 18, 19, 24, 27, it doesn't matter.
Women's first round, number 1 overall seed South Carolina rolled past Presbyterian 91-39.
ESPN Radio is presented by Progressive Commercial Insurance. It flexes to fit your business's needs. From quick repairs to adjustable coverages and even payment options, Progressive Commercial makes it easy to get what you need. Quote today in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge Studios.
Let's ride. You can't handle the
Riot Radio Hour.
Let's do that again. Guess who's back? Back again.
Lisa, I want some more.
The Riot Radio Hour.
Well, let's start the insanity. Giddy up.
Hour 3, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us, AFR. Presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt.
Love you, Matt.
Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
We're here. Glad you are as well. 5 o'clock quitting time. Glad you're driving home with us. A little breaking news here. Come with the kick drum, Gary. Come with the kick drum, Gary. Nope. Don't get it? You didn't get that one, Muse?
No, I didn't get that one. Sorry.
Oh, man. Okay. Bob Nightingale, USA Today MLB writer. Major League Baseball has launched an investigation into Shohei Ohtani.
Oh, he gone.
What do you think is going to happen here?
Void the contract. He gone.
Excited to do this. Every Friday during college baseball season, our guy, Barstool Mincy, Ben Mintz, will be on with us. Mincy, Muse, and I guess Theriot, if you want to be in on this.
I'd like to play.
We'll give you 3 best bets for college baseball, and we'll tally it and all that stuff. And full disclosure, I've never bet college baseball in my life. We threw out like a little, what do we call like a little test
teaser?
balloon?
A little teaser test.
A couple of weeks ago. I went 0-3.
I went 2-1.
And Mincy went 3-0.
I believe so.
About how you par for the course, what you would expect, right? So I need to strategize here a little bit on how I'm going to even be competitive, or just have everybody fade me the entire season. Mincy, how are you, man?
Doing well. We're in the Chicago office. Obviously NCAA tournament going on, so we got a lot of streams. Doing really good though. I had a huge time at the SEC basketball tournament in Nashville last weekend, and man, all good. But I'm excited about college baseball getting going. It's second weekend of conference. We got some great matchups highlighted by the national championship rematch in Baton Rouge this weekend.
By the way, real quick, you got anything you're playing tonight or this weekend for the NCAA tournament? Anything you like?
I've got a real funny one, a homer one. I like Ole Miss women 8-1 to make the Sweet 16, which is kind of funny. But I had a good day yesterday. Tonight I have a few. I like James Madison kind of +5 against Wisconsin. It's like kind of the underdog I like. But the games today I hadn't liked as much as yesterday. Okay. But I had a pretty good day. I had Oregon against South Carolina pretty big yesterday. It was good.
Mincy, we missed you last week. I was in New York, so we're glad to bring this back. 2 weeks ago when you were here, as you heard, we kind of floated the test balloon to see how it would go. You had a 3-0 day. Muse went 2-1. I went 0-3. Atrocious. And by the way, my hands in the air. I've never bet college baseball, and I am in no way purporting to be any type of sharp expert anything. So is there any hope for me to think I might be able to get on track here?
I think there is, because you're a pretty smart guy. I mean, I think it's just a trial and error thing. I think, you know a lot about college baseball too, so I wouldn't overbeat it too much. I think you'll figure it out as it goes.
But Mintzy, it's also like it's hard to bet college baseball, or it's hard to bet anything and win consistently when you know nothing about angles and different things like that with disrespect to sport. I'm curious. Theriot's in here. He's going to play as well. Yeah, you want to play as well?
Yeah. My advice for betting would be don't use your interpreter. Just don't. You do your own bets. You know what I mean?
That's how you end up $4.5 million in the hole. Mintzy, before we get our picks, what do you think about the Shohei story?
About the Shohei Ohtani stuff?
Yeah.
Man, it's wild. I feel like it's one of those, as you peel away the onion, more and more stuff's going to break. It seems pretty dang bad. I just think it's just crazy how many. No one can avoid public scandals in 2024, man. It's just like impossible.
Unbelievable.
It's crazy. Everybody goes through it, but I think he's in real trouble too.
Would Major League Baseball really ban Shohei Ohtani?
Man, I don't know if they can do that. He brings so much attention from Japan and brings them so much money. I don't think they want to do that.
I know they don't.
Maybe they'll suspend him for a year or something.
Let's see. All right, let's do it. Muse, Mintzy, and I, and Theriot will give you 3 college baseball plays. What did we say we're doing? Are we going around the horn here? Or are we going?
That's what we did last time.
Okay, all right, Mintzy, why don't you start us off? What's your first one?
Okay, first one, and as always, find these lines on DraftKings. They've got run lines, money lines, over-unders. They got it all for college baseball. My first one, I'm going over 11 in Mississippi State, Texas A&M tonight. They actually played a 6-2 Thursday night game, so the Friday night game is technically the Saturday game with the number 2 pitchers. Mississippi State, y'all saw it last week. They could score some runs. Yeah. They don't have the best pitching staff. A&M's got a loaded lineup. Don't know about their staff either. So I think we got a high-scoring game tonight in College Station.
Minus 115, over 11 there, DraftKings, Mississippi State, Texas A&M. All right, that's Mintzy's first one. Muse, what you looking at?
Yeah, man, go to Stillwater here. TCU got off to a dreadful start in Big 12 play. Preseason top 5 team, obviously World Series team last year. But, man, Matt Holliday runs a good program over there at Oklahoma State. It's a pick on the money line. I'll take the Pokes. Give me Cowboys. Minus $1.15.
Okay, State, money line, minus 115. Theriot, you want to go?
No, I'm not going to play. Y'all actually prep this thing. I'm just going to listen.
No, I didn't prep anything. I literally looked in the break, and I was like, what are the most oversized money line plays that I can make? So I'm going to go Texas, minus 500 on the money line against Baylor. That's what Mintzy, that's where I'm starting. Texas on the money line against Baylor. I'm laying the 500.
All right. My second one, I'm actually, I did this I did this last time so Rice has this All-American Friday night starter, and they're good when he pitches, but they're not good when he doesn't. And they're a plus 114 home underdog against Tulane in Houston tonight. They're All-Americans throwing, so I'm going to take Rice plus 114.
All right, Mintzy likes Rice on the money line, plus 114. I like that play. Muse, what you got?
I'm going opposite of Mintzy here. I know Rice has that ace. I know he's a dude, but I watched that Rice team play LSU. They stink. And if they have that guy going on the mound, why is Tulane favored? So I'll take Tulane minus the 145.
Tulane minus 145. Yeah, I'm going to take Tennessee minus 270 at home against Ole Miss on the money line. I'm going to go. Jerry, you got another one?
No,
you good? All right. Mintzy, what's your third?
Real quick, I don't hate it. Honestly, I don't blame you for taking Tennessee. Ole Miss has been doing better the last few weeks, but I'm still not sure. I think they've been playing a weaker schedule, and that Knoxville's going to be tough for them this weekend.
By the way,
and then
Mintzy, that's not an Ole Miss slight because you're here. That's literally, I picked the only 2 money line plays that I see on the board that are over minus 250. There's a couple that I'm looking at A&M's minus 215. So it's not even a slight at you. I'm just picking the most lopsided lines I can find.
All right. The third one, okay, I think I'm going to go Auburn plus 140 as a home underdog against Arkansas. I know Arkansas won last night, 1-0, but man, when Hagen Smith pitches for Arkansas, you just can't go against him. That dude is he's striking out 14 or 15 people a game. But Auburn's still not bad, and I just think plus 140 is a good price at home. it's kind of hard to win on the road in college baseball and conference. So I'm just taking Auburn because I like that price.
Mincy, check that. I'm looking at it right here at DraftKings. Auburn's plus 170, so you're getting even better price right now if you like them on the money line.
Mm-hmm. I'm a big home under. College baseball is so unpredictable. I like taking the plus signs, just because I think in the long run it makes money.
Yeah. I'll go, my final pick, I'll go BYU Texas Tech under 13. I have no reason why. I'm just going to go BYU Texas Tech under 13. I'm just going to pick that.
Makes sense.
I don't know anything about either team. I haven't seen either of them play this year. I just think 13 is a big number, so let's go under it.
College, a lot of times, the Friday games go under, even if they're lower over-unders, and then the Sunday ones, they'll put them out at like 15 or 16, and the games are 11 to 10. So it's kind of like you bet a lot of overs on Sunday and kind of unders on Friday when the aces pitch. I mean, it's kind of common sense, but, a little bit of a strategy there.
Mintzy at Barstool. Mintzy with us courtesy of our friends over at DraftKings. Of course, they're a great DraftKings partner, as we are here as well. We'll give you some college baseball lines. Mintzy and Muse are actually putting some effort into this. I'm just trying not to embarrass myself, so I'm going to pick some lopsided money line plays just to see if I can stay in this whole thing. And Theriot, I think, is just making paper airplanes over there.
No, I'm looking at Macy Hurdle's videos.
Oh, how's she doing over there?
She's learning how to do it. She's learning how to do it.
Good. I'm glad it's coming along pretty good. Really good. Mintzy, what else you got coming up this weekend, man?
Man, we're just streaming, watching the NCAA tournament all weekend long. We went to the DraftKings Sportsbook that just opened a few months ago in Chicago yesterday, Sportsbook and Sports Bar. But it's right by Wrigley Field. It was freaking spectacular. You would have loved it. I know, Theriot, your old neck of the woods up here.
Heck yeah. Where is it? Where is it in around the stadium?
It was like 3 blocks. You walk 3 blocks past it on Addison, I believe.
Oh, that's a cool area.
But it was awesome. So I'm looking forward to checking that out more. I'm going to watch a bunch of college basketball this weekend. Actually, if Ole Miss women make the second round, they're playing at Notre Dame. And so I may go over there Monday to support them because it's only an hour and a half away. But yeah.
I've made that ride plenty. That's an easy train ride too, Mincy. It's an hour on the train.
That's what I do, man. My car's chilling in Louisiana right now. So I'm carless.
That's very smart, man.
I'm carless. I'm just carless, taking Ubers and trains, just running around. But I like it a lot more in New York. That's it for sure.
He is the one and only Barstool Mintzy, Ben Mintz. Mintzy, it's great to see you, man. Thanks for the time. We'll do it again next Friday, man. Good luck this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll keep track of it. Good luck, everybody, this weekend.
All right, man. Be well. That is Ben Mintz. This is After Further Review. We're brought to you by First South Farm Credit. Oh, did you call?
I did.
You called Tim?
Yeah.
How'd it go?
Meeting with Tim on Wednesday.
Very good.
Yep.
What are you trying to buy? Land, obviously.
Yeah.
But
hunting land.
Some hunting property. Where are you looking to buy?
I can't really disclose. I don't want to disclose that.
Why not?
Really? It's in the deer woods.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah, it's a cool little spot. Duck and deer
I don't want to talk to you anyway.
Combination. About an hour and 15 minutes from here.
If you want to buy land, your first call
needs to be Tim.
Should be to First South Farm Credit. They're your first option when it comes to buying land, and it's been that way since 1916. First South Farm Credit. Yes, I'm emphasizing first, so you remember it's First South Farm Credit. You go to the website, which is firstsouthland.com. What's the website?
Firstsouthland.com.
Firstsouthland.com.
I'm excited for the meeting. I'm going to tell you next week, Friday, how it goes.
Firstsouthland.com.
First.
For first. You've taken it to a different level, but I love it a little bit. First South Farm Credit. Okay. It's after. They're awesome. I love the gang over at First South Farm Credit.
Further review. You just do that the rest of the show.
It's a good break.
AFR.
Oh, I got to do Glow Resources. I didn't mean to back-to-back lives. My apologies. Glow Resources. Glow.
First.
Glow Resources. GLO, glowresources.com. Glow Resources, man, what an amazing resource they've been for so many businesses. If your business is looking to hire and you are just struggling in that hiring rat race, Glow Resources can help. Maybe it's skilled blue-collar workers. They can help you with that. But Glow Resources also has a white-collar division. So, look, it's tax season. Tax day we're coming up about a month away, a little less than a month away. If you need accounting personnel, Glow Resources can help. If you're looking to hire C-level management, Glow Resources can help. project managers, call center staffers, engineers, Glow Resources can help. They have a 93% retention rate. It's Glow Resources. GLO, glowresources.com.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
He's here. Anyone want a Coors Light?
Oh, shoot, I forgot to play the song. I got a guy who can fix this.
Power up your next project with John Deere Deals by Sunshine. Whether you're working hard or playing hard, our knowledgeable team will help you find the right product for you. Ask us about our amazing tractor package promotions. Learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs, even in the case of an after-hours emergency. The light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
All right, they've gone final over at the PMAC. The LSU women beat Rice 70-60. LSU overcomes a season-high 24 turnovers. Yeesh.
That's a lot. That's a lot of turnovers there, bud. Yeah, I need that.
Yeah, you're gonna talk to me. We'll talk. Kim Mulkey is doing an interview with Hannah Storm right now on ESPN. We'll recap that game a little bit here in a little bit. We'll also talk about the Pels Heat game, which is coming up tonight, second of a back-to-back for New Orleans. LSU and Florida tonight, out at the box, game 1, 7 o'clock, first pitch. What did you see last week from Luke Holman? We can go through the whole pitching staff, but especially with Holman and Jump, who hadn't allowed an earned run all season through the first month, to have the rough going that they did. What did you see?
I think not talking about the pitchers as much as Mississippi State's offense, I saw an extremely aggressive approach at the plate. Guys were jumping on fastballs early in the count, and it wasn't an intimidated opponent, which I think LSU has had up to this point. You go to somebody else's place, the place is crazy, the atmosphere, the energy's there, you jump all over a guy, and then it just starts to snowball. If I always felt like in those situations, if a pitcher can start locating a breaking ball in an 0-0 count, early in a count for a strike, or even just spinning one up there to get the hitter thinking, it kind of gets him on his heels, or a fastball inside to move a hitter's feet, or just to get him uncomfortable at the plate. I didn't think either one of those guys got the opponent uncomfortable and got them out of their game or off of their game plan. I mean, you saw guys Mississippi State coming off the bench, pinch hitting and whatnot late in the game and taking hacks like it was their fourth or fifth at bat.
Yeah.
And so to me, it was just kind of a hats off to their approach, and they stuck to it. And look, you at some point you've got, if you're the pitcher in that situation, man, you've got to, okay, our game plan might not work today. Let's pivot. Let's change this up a little bit. Let's move some guys' feet, or let's start locating, maybe the third pitch.
One of the things that last hour when we were talking, if you're just joining us, we'll preview LSU-Florida, the weekend series, that you weren't concerned about LSU coming off the series loss. What would sort of reinforce that this weekend? What would you like to see? A better way to say it. What would you like to see from LSU this weekend?
I mean, look, you have to be able to win games 2-1, 3-0, 1-0, but you also have to be able to win games 11-10 sometimes, in college baseball. If you are in that situation again where it is a high-scoring game, you have to score with them. I mean, you have to adjust from the pitching standpoint. You definitely want to see a bounce-back start from those two guys. I fully expect Hallman especially to be perfectly fine. I mean, he's proven that he can do it in this league, and Jump's a little bit different, but he's been, dominating, nothing less than dominating since he's started. So
what do you mean Jump's a little bit different? What do you mean by that?
Well, he hasn't been in the SEC. I mean, he hasn't been through this gauntlet, hasn't gone to these parks and pitched yet. Hallman's been in these stadiums and pitched, and he's familiar with the fan bases, and he knows what you're going to get in certain places. And look, it is different. I mean, Mississippi State is a hard place to play. It's been beaten over and over again in everybody's heads since this last weekend, but every visiting team in the SEC lost their series.
Yeah.
This league is different. I've had text messages from players going, "Man, this is SEC series."
Oh, current players?
Current players on the team. I'm like, "Well, yeah. I mean, it's real baseball here, bud. You ain't playing the midweek games anymore." And so, this is not the team from last year. You don't have the offensive veterans on the team, and I think we saw a once-in-generational type leader in Paul Skeens. Obviously, talent-wise, everybody can see that. But from a leadership standpoint, I don't think you get that guy every year that can kind of right the ship real fast. And it's going to take some time for that to develop. Do I think they can do it? Absolutely. I'm not the least bit concerned.
Do you think the talent is undeniable, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I know we've talked about this a couple times, so I don't mean to be repetitive, but it's worth, just as we continue this conversation, all three guys in the rotation, MLB and their prospect list has all three in the top 50 for this year's draft. Paxton Kling's a top 100 guy. Tommy White is a top 10, top 15 guy. You tell me. I don't know.
Yeah.
You're right up there, depending on which ranking list you look at. Bear Jones is a guy that's going to club 20 homers this year and as a draft-eligible sophomore. I mean, you've got the talent, right? Like, the talent is unmistakable. They've got it. Do you think do they have leadership on this team?
I'm not in the clubhouse, and so I don't know kind of what that looks like and how that plays out. I know the guy in charge is a hell of a leader, and that starts from the top. Clubhouse culture and leadership starts with your manager, your general manager, your ownership. And I think LSU checks the box of all three of those, so you've got some guys that are capable of leading, from the coaching standpoint, and it may take some time for that to trickle down to the clubhouse. I'm not saying that they don't have that. They may, but your shortstop, who's generally a guy that's a leader, he's kind of the quarterback of the defense, is a transfer that hasn't been here before.
And your guy last year was a 3-year starter.
Your guy last year was a 3-year starter. Your center fielder, who you could argue he's the quarterback of the defense, is a guy that hasn't played a whole lot, and last year was the best player on the planet.
Yeah.
You've got a rotation behind the plate, which I don't think is good personally. I want my catcher to be my catcher. I want the same voice
to be had, and so it may take some time for some of that stuff to kind of come together.
Are you okay with – so catcher is interesting because I know that's something we've talked about is Jay's kind of platoon the catcher spot, and we saw him last weekend shift the outfield a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
Get back to the outfield in a second, but stay with catcher since you brought it up. Like, are you okay getting all those guys reps in the pre-conference? Because you're still trying to figure out, like, what – you still have to develop what these roles are going to be, though, right? Or, like – or I mean, hindsight's 20/20, but should they just establish one guy in the first month?
I think that's why you play in the fall, personally.
Play in the fall to establish so you know your lineup when you go.
I mean, you got. Now, that being said, there's some guys in the fall that are fall All-Americans, and then the lights come on and it means something and they stink, right? So there'll be some scenarios where that's not necessarily the case, but
the opposite's true too.
100%.
Didn't Stephen Milam is a great example of that. Didn't Stephen Milam struggle in the fall?
Very
that was
average fall. Yeah.
And now he's out there and he's your everyday second baseman right now.
Yeah. No. Yeah, and you give guys chances, but when you're rotating three guys back there and one of them may go to first, one of them may go to the outfield, and it's not only is it hard on the player, but also the supporting cast of guys around them, understanding what they're going to do. It's like when I be playing shortstop, it was important to know who was playing second base, and if there was some chemistry there and some cohesiveness there, and if I knew where he was going to be in certain moments and vice versa, and so catcher is an important position.
Yeah.
And I think they're slowly kind of settling in on that, but you've got, Alex Mazzo hit 286 last year and is arguably one of the best defensive catchers, if not the best defensive catcher in the country. So you've got a guy there. You've got a young guy in Neal who can really swing the bat, who you want to get in the lineup somewhere. So maybe it's a little platoon there or a defensive replacement late in the game. But then you throw a third catcher in there. I think it's hard. I just think that's hard.
Yeah. I mean, Travinsky, you want Travinsky's bat in the lineup. I mean, he's leading your team in on-base percentage. He's got to be in the lineup every day. So you DH Travinsky. It's interesting. I know we've talked about it before, but your team, your 2000 championship team, played two catchers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Brad Cressy won the Johnny Bench Award, but Ryan Jorgensen was a big league defensive catcher, and they both played.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you manage that?
Yeah, I mean, certain pitchers throw better to certain catchers. Certain situations in the game, for instance, if it's a team that's going to steal a lot of bases, you may have your guy with the better arm back behind the plate. But yeah, I mean, look, there's guys that made careers in the major leagues catching one pitcher. Like everywhere that the all-star pitcher went, he brought that catcher with him because he felt more comfortable with him. So to have two is important. Like you mentioned Brad and Ryan Jorgensen, that was it was purely on what team we were playing, but also, late in the game, Ryan's coming in the game, 8th or 9th inning to catch and shut things down. And that was just how it was.
Do you like that approach for this team? Like start Neal because he's the better bat, higher ceiling, all that stuff, and then Milazzo late inning defensive replacement?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think that's a great game plan. I do. Yeah. And you could mimic that on other positions in the field too, and Jay does. He'll add guys late in the game and move some guys around just to make sure you have your best defensive lineup out there. But again, I think the Travinsky behind the plate, throwing him in that mix, I understand why it's happening, but I would have rather see the Travinsky in a mix at first base, maybe, and those two guys switching off from a DH standpoint.
At the next level, Travinsky's first base DH. It's just that's what he's going to be.
Absolutely.
Same thing with Jones.
Mm-hmm. Unless they can run around the outfield as well. I don't know.
I mean, it's the same convo we had for the season last year about Trey Morgan. Like, yes, he's a great defensive first baseman, absolutely. But that first base is where you stick a bat. You stick a big guy that stands on the bag, catches the ball, and clubs homers. I mean, that's what at the next level. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what Trey was going to play some outfield last year to show he can play outfield, which he did in high school, right? And they had the arm injury, and it was just sort of coming back in his arm back. But
look, let me say this too. I think Brazel's done an amazing job. I'm not downplaying that. I've watched him grow in the first 3 weeks of this season. I've seen him get better and better and better and better and throw better at bats out there. And when you look at him, you're like, man, I mean, this kid, if he continues to improve, I see what Jay saw now.
Yeah,
I didn't see it early on. I'll just be honest. I didn't see it, but now, I mean, it seems like every game he's doing something else. He's got real pop to the opposite field, can play defense, and he's getting better and better. That's the end of the year, he's gonna be
he's going to be a very, very important piece to this puzzle. You mentioned Stephen Milam, who you got to have that one guy that comes out of nowhere and just blows up, and that's him.
I want to continue this convo when we come back because I want to talk some offense as well. LSU and Florida are about 90 minutes away from first pitch of that series. LSU looking for a bounce back. They are a favorite in this series, favorite tonight as well against the Gators. We're brought to you by the Williamson Eye Center, 924-2020, 924-2020. There's a whole bunch of former Tiger baseball players that have had their LASIK or their eyes done over at the Williamson Eye Center. Patrick Coogan, Warren Morris had LASIK done at the Williamson Eye Center. I had LASIK done at the Williamson Eye Center, so we're basically all the same, right?
All you guys are the same athlete.
Devin White had his LASIK done over there?
Yeah, y'all are very similar.
Caleb Von Chasson, same thing.
Mm-hmm.
924-2020. 924-2020. You want to ditch the contacts and glasses forever? You want to see 2020? Call 924-2020. Dr. Blake Williamson. He's just the best. Go to williamsoneye.com. That's Williamson, EYE.com. Okay, let's talk some LSU. We'll continue the LSU baseball convo, talk about the offense. We'll wrap up the show with Ask Ryan in about 15 minutes from right now. Do you want to get a quick thumbnail preview of Pell's Heat tonight, second of a back-to-back for New Orleans? And if you're just joining us, haven't heard, the LSU women, they beat Rice 70-60, 24 turnovers for the Tigers today. And that led to 16 points off turnovers for Rice. So that's what kept the Owls in this game by and large. But LSU does get the win, and they advance to take on Middle Tennessee as Middle Tennessee upset Louisville earlier. So no rematch or matchup with Haley Van Lith and her former squad. LSU gets the 11 seed Middle Tennessee on Sunday. It's AFR.
AFR.
Bayou Ford has $7,500 off MSRP on new 23 Ford F-150 XLT trucks. $7,500 off plus 1.9% financing for 72 months. And all new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
At Relief Windows, we're more than windows. We're windows, doors, hardy plank, and vinyl siding. But our number one product is always customer satisfaction. Visit us online at reliefwindows.com. Oh, by the way, we do shutters too.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
It was a humid day, barefoot children play, looking for that summer shade. Time just slips away. Oh, Louisiana, some kind of hold on me. Like cypress stumps, your roots are planted deep inside of me.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company located in Gonzales, Louisiana. The local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today to answer all of your questions on your metal buildings, roofing and sheet metal, and any other steel needs you or your business need at 225-647-2020.
It's the details that make the difference between good enough and simply the best. At Skag Power Equipment, the difference is in designing lawnmowers with your convenience and comfort in mind. At SCAG, we believe that quality and substance matter, and that you'll appreciate the attention to detail and craftsmanship we put into every single product. Thick steel and heavy-duty components provide you with unmatched reliability and performance. SCAG, simply the best.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com.
Your work, oh, this is how you mix, oh, this is how you work, oh, I need to see if you can drop it, how potato style.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Hey, what's going on at T3?
Oh, we got all kind of good stuff going on. Oh, yeah. T3 Industrial Solutions, whether it be aggregate, it's rocks, sand, you name it, logistical support.
Not only do you kick rocks, you sell rocks.
I can sell you some rocks. No order, no job too big for that either.
Oh, you made Muse yawn. Look at that, Muse yawn.
He yawned. He didn't like it.
He's bored by you.
He's just ready to get out of here and go catch a ball game.
He got it. That's it right there, yeah.
Well, if you're bored, then you're going to fall asleep. You're yawning like you're yawning at it. That's my point.
I know.
Anyway,
So, T3isusa.com. You go to T3isusa.com and check out all the services offered. T3 Industrial Solutions.
What else do you sell?
Rocks. Yeah.
Sand.
Yeah.
What else?
Let's see.
I put you on the spot.
I mean, that's really it. I mean, I don't know. I need to go to.
It's like if I'm gonna build a big old building.
I mean, yeah, you need a base.
You need a lot of sand for the base, and you sell me the sand
and rocks.
Where do you get all the sand and the rocks?
All over the place.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, both here nationally as well as internationally.
Okay.
Yeah. So commercial buildings, industrial, obviously.
They got a lot of sand, like in arid regions, like the desert.
Well, they have a lot of sand here too.
Oh, really? You don't get like sand from Egypt and then bring it in?
No, there's sand here.
Okay.
Yeah, up and down the river, there's sand pits.
Like sand from the Gulf of Mexico?
No, the river.
Oh, you don't go like to the beach and just get a whole dump truck full of it?
No.
They wouldn't really miss like one truckload, would they?
No, they wouldn't. But the problem in that is logistics. So
because then you got to get the truck back here.
You got to truck it.
Yeah. That's and it's gas.
That's the name of the game.
Gas or diesel.
The name of the game is, can you get it to where you need to get it to
affordably?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So whether it be rail or truck or marine, that's your 3 options of moving materials, mass supply.
Look at you.
Gotta be creative, bro.
Talking about trains, huh? Rail.
That's it.
Rail, trucker, marine.
Mm-hmm.
Marine means water.
Oh, or as my good friends south of the border like to call it, agua.
Agua. That's what they say.
Yep.
I like some agua. I'm going to have a sip of agua. Hey, let's talk about the LSU offense. If you're just joining us, Theriot's here. First time we've done Riot Radio for a minute. Good to have you back in. We'll do Ask Ryan to wrap up the show about 10 minutes from right now, so get your questions in. Email us, tweet us, text us. Lots of ways to get your questions in. Offensively, we knew coming into the season, like pitching and defense would lead while they kind of figured it out offensively. What have been your takeaways, either good or bad, from this offense so far?
I really do like the offense. We mentioned Stephen Milam earlier. I think he's been a giant shot in the arm, a surprise.
Do you think he should lead off? Or like him down in the
well, I know he's been all over the place. I saw the other day he was hitting 4th, and then he's hitting 6th, and he's hitting 1st or 2nd. He's kind of been everywhere. He's not going to strike out, and high on base and can run. Typically you would say you stick him in the leadoff, but if your lineup is struggling driving in runs, then you put him in the middle of the lineup because he's going to make contact. I would probably have him at the top of the order, if that were me.
He just always gives you a really competitive at bat.
He does.
He's going to make you throw pitches. And then the other thing, too, is with Tommy White batting second, the bottom of your order isn't producing, like you want guys on base for your run producer.
So there's a lot of ways to construct that. Do you take your Milam, for instance, do you put him 8 or 9? And he's almost essentially a second leadoff. Do you restart your lineup? Do you have 1, 2, 3
with Cole Freeman back? Remember, it said he was in the 9-hole hitter because it basically went Freeman and Kramer. You were on like back-to-back leadoff guys effectively.
Yeah, or do you go, or is your 8-9 like a 1-2? 7, 8, 9 is like a 1, 2, 3, and then you restart it again, boom, boom, boom. So you have 6 guys right there. And look, it only works for a little while. Then people start to figure it out, and they just treat your 7, 8, 9 like they would be your, 1, 2, 3. But no, that is a thing. I would probably rather have him at the top of the order. You've Kling. We kind of mentioned that in the break, but I mean he's a guy that, from a potential standpoint, we were expecting more. Not saying that it's not going to come, but from a approach, he's kind of got to understand what he needs to do, not to shoot up on the draft boards, but to stay in the lineup and help LSU win ball games. And so that's an important piece I think that can be added. Travinsky, really swing the bat well. Jones is going to mash homers, and Tommy White is Tommy White. So I like the offense.
Travinsky's that's a pretty amazing transformation, but it also makes sense when this is a guy that's a 5th-year collegiate player. You have 1,000 at bats or whatever it may be. You've seen everything, and you're so much more comfortable. I mean, Travinsky's on base percentage right now is .480. He was leading the team. I mean, he's batting .333. It's great. It's good to see.
He always looks comfortable.
Yes.
He doesn't look rushed. He looks relaxed.
He's walked 16 times. He's been hit 6 times. He struck out 19 times in 75 at-bats. I'd like to see that number come down a smidge, but, I mean...
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, he's got 22 free bases by walk or hit by pitch. I mean, the guy just keeps getting on base.
Yeah, no, he's done a great job.
Yeah,
yes, and then Pearson as well. I mean, he's had some games where like, okay, this is kind of what we need. Brady Neal's had some good games too. I mean, the offense to me has done well, man. And look, Jay is an offensive coach, and there's no doubt in my mind he's going to have those guys. He personally will have them ready. I mean, he is in the cage with them. It's not the hitting coach or the assistant this or that. It's Jay down there. And so. They'll be prepared. I think they've done a good job so far.
They're hitting 300 as a team. And I get it. You don't have Dylan Cruz at the top of your lineup hitting 500 like he did for half the season last year. But what I'm looking at here, White's at 348, Travinsky's at 333, Milam's at 314. Jones is at 296, Neal's at 286, Pearson's 283, Braswell's at 274, Bingham's 273, Kling way down to 224. I'd say the biggest question that or the conversations I've had with most LSU fans is about Kling in center because the bat has been bad. Mm-hmm. So do you keep playing him in center? And my contention has been, and this isn't unique to Paxton Kling. We've had this conversation over the years. We had it a couple of years ago with Milazzo. I know we had this conversation with Stevenson when he was in center as a freshman, batting 180. And my point's always been, like, I will take a glove. I'll sacrifice a bat for an elite glove at a premium defensive position. So I don't care that Paxton Kling is hitting 224. I'd love for him to be a more productive offensive player, but I need his glove in center field every single day. Where do you stand on that?
How many at-bats does he have, or do they have?
Kling?
Yeah.
58.
Okay. So if he's hitting, what'd you say?
224.
224, and he's got 58 at-bats. If he gets...
He went 7 games without a hit.
So if he gets 3 hits tonight and 3 hits tomorrow, he's hitting 310.
And if I grow all my hair back, then I'll have hair again.
But it's a totally different. My point is, you're 1 or 2 games away.
Yeah, I understand.
From so are you pushing the panic button a little bit too soon? I mean, look, I would argue, yeah, you are. You mentioned during the break some of the kind of mechanical flaws that can be fixed easily. I mean, to answer your question specifically, I don't know what they have behind him that could go in there and play that would be as good or better defensively.
Well, you don't.
Him.
You have nothing better defensively.
So
what they did last week was Pearson went to left, Bingham went to center, and they put Brady Neal in right field.
And that didn't work out too good.
Well, none of those moves worked out well. I mean, Bingham had an error in left hand. Well, it wasn't. I guess it was. Did they rule an error on the play in center on that sinking liner? No. So he dove for a sinking liner and it got behind him, and it effectively cost you 2 runs. But
Neal
and right over Anibal.
Yeah, Neal had one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you put the guy in center, to answer your question. And
I mean, that's so easy to me. Like, it's just his value as a center fielder. I mean, the play I just made, we talked about it on Monday for those that weren't here, but it's the play on Saturday. And it was the game you won, so it's, I think, easy to overlook. But it was a sinking liner. Bingham came in. He left his feet. He didn't get to it. A run scored, and then the runner from first went to third, and then the next at-bat, there was a sac fly. I talked to a mutual friend of ours who has all the access to the track man or like the catch probability and stuff, said for Paxton Kling that would have been a 98% catch probability. Like, that's a gigantic difference. I call it, that saves you 2 runs in a game that ended up 9-8. So, I mean, yes, I need the dominant center fielder. Yeah. I need the elite glove in center. Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, it's after further review. We're glad to have you aboard with us here. We'll knock out our final break of the show. We'll do Ask Ryan. So get your questions in. You can ask Theriot anything about anything. You know the drill. Email us, tweet us, text us in the 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. Ask Ryan to wrap up the show next.
AFR.
Brought to you by Rouse's. T-Bob's been out there all day. All afternoon, I should say, during the show over at Rouse's. You can get by any of the Rouse's locations. Nearly 70 locations from Lake Charles all the way to Orange Beach and points in between. It is a Friday in Lent. You get 2 more, or 1 more after this, I should say. Next Friday is Good Friday. But if you're abstaining from meat, great seafood options over at Rouse's. If you want crawfish, they've already got it bagged and tagged over at Rouse's, the official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Maybe you want some fish. They got fried fish for you. They have sushi. I love the grab and go, man. You can walk in, just grab a tray of sushi. It's already made. Grab it, go pay for it. It's done. If you want boiled crawfish, boiled shrimp, boiled crabs, they got the hot and boiled kiosks with your corn and potatoes as well. It's all there. It's so easy. So if you're heading home and you want dinner tonight for the whole family, just roll on into any Rouse's location. Walk in, go to the left. You'll see all your seafood options at Rouse's. The official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints, Rouse's.com. Rouse's, this feels like home.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
John Will said, I think Moso is high. That's why he's bored. That's a little direct. I think the weed jokes are always funnier if they're sort of indirect, if they're subtle.
What's my name?
Moso, M-O-S-O.
Oh, yeah. That's it. Nailed
Moso.
it, John.
Moso. Hey, Muse can be salty. He's an LAB award winner now. How about it?
That's right. Like workout gear, like workout stuff's probably Lululemon.
Lulu. You're a Lulu guy.
I like Lulu. They're really comfortable underwear.
Remember, we're brought to you by South Point Volkswagen, southpointvw.com. New and certified pre-owned in Baton Rouge and online at southpointvw.com. Weekend's upon us. Want to go do a little car shopping this weekend? You can always start online at southpointvw.com. Remember, new and certified pre-owned. If it's on the lot, it's online at southpointvw.com, southpointvw.com. And then you can always just go by the dealership, test drive, where you're financing online, all that sort of stuff is there for you. They are Louisiana's largest volume Volkswagen dealer, South Point Volkswagen. SouthPointVW.com. South Point Volkswagen. What's your direction? What are you doing this weekend?
We're going to baseball it tomorrow, and then we got prom tomorrow.
Oh, it's prom time already?
Yeah, I think it's prom tomorrow, and then Sunday, hopefully just to relax.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, relax.
Yeah.
All right. It's good to do this, man.
Yeah,
Ride and bike.
Good to be back.
Muse, Paulie, thanks. Y'all have a great weekend. See you Monday at 3.
AFR.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company located in Gonzales, Louisiana. The local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today to answer all of your questions on your metal buildings, roofing and sheet metal, and any other steel needs you or your business need at 225-647-2020.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for